In the world of Radio Shock Jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
What happens to your socks?
I don't know what happened.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude, now I got
his skin is completely black. Oh my God.
This is where entertainment is going.
Oh, they're backfiring. Oh my God. Oh, Roland's got a paddle. Oh my God, Roland's on him.
Kicking Dave's ass.
Who saw this coming?
They are sick freaks.
1, 2, 3, go.
B-Rock is attempting.
Give us a thumbs up if you're all right.
Shut up!
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. That would imply that you actually slept.
I have to get rid of me gum.
Why?
Because it's bad to broadcast with gum in your mouth. You know?
I'm just happy to see that you decided to take your winter coat off today.
It was a little warm in here. In the office, not so much.
Not so much, right?
But outside, brutal. But, come on, we've been lucky.
You know what? I turned on the heat for the first time yesterday. I think I'm the last guy. The last guy to turn his heat on, finally.
Ran out of Java logs.
No.
No.
When you live in a building, you get everyone else's heat.
Yeah, that's true.
What a nice luxury.
Heat rises, I hear.
Although it's not that nice when people decide they need heat in September and early October when it's still really nice outside. So you're just baking in your apartment because some other idiot's cold in September.
Then what do? Open your windows and let the heat go out?
Oh, yeah.
New York's going green.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like heat is flying out into the environment. Screw it.
I was listening.
$100 a barrel for oil now.
I was listening to the show yesterday, and we didn't do the whole going green thing justice.
No,
we might have to focus on that a little more today.
Have to revisit.
Because you're right. Because actually, I had the heat on yesterday for the first time, but the windows wide open in the bedroom because it gets too hot in there. So you know the heat's just flying out of the apartment. And then I'm laying in bed last night. I couldn't sleep whatsoever because someone got me sick. And I'll tell you right now, if we didn't take all those days off, there's no way I would be here today. I got my classic sore throat I get like every time.
Ooh, that one.
This time every year, I should say. But I'm laying in bed with this scratchy throat doing the gulps. Is that the worst or what?
That's the prelude. You know it's coming. You're like, why am I swallowing so much? Oh, boy. And then, it's like if I can only get this glob of what seems to be mucus down my throat. But it's not. It's just the back of your throat swelling up.
You spend the whole night waking up going, wow, I was really in deep sleep there. Why am I awake? And then all of a sudden you realize because you're gulping and your throat is dry and nothing will soothe it so you can go back to sleep. And then you get so exhausted you fall asleep again for maybe 20 to 30 minutes and you wake up again.
Yeah.
That was my night last night. But I'm looking out the window because of that bit we did about going green yesterday. And sure enough, man, all of Midtown is just lit.
Lit up. Heat blowing out the open windows because people are a little warm.
I'm like, boy, a lot of people are working some OT at 4 a.m. No, they're not. We just don't care.
I stay in a hotel every so often when we got stuff to do here in Manhattan. And right across from it is a huge office building. And it does not matter what time I wake up or go to sleep or hanging out in the hotel. 3 a.m, I could look over at that office building. And you know no one's working.
Yeah.
Every light is on in the building. Every floor is lit up. You look over there, you'll see maybe one of the people cleaning, a cleaning person, in one room. And the entire building's lit up. We're going green. Yeah, and we were laughing yesterday because the whole story about the ball that drops, the big crystal ball that drops for New Year's Eve, was green this year and only used the power of 10 toasters.
Ooh. Wow.
Thank you. And in the meantime, Times Square was lit up using enough power to power India for 80 billion years.
Right. There you go. You know how much energy that ball drop thing saved?
Oh,
I'll show you.
Okay.
How much?
You just shut our mics off for 2 seconds. Not even. For a split second. You went green right there. That was good. Thank you.
Look at me. We're going green.
There it is. Help the environment.
I just went green.
And improved the standard of radio in New York very briefly.
It is a joke. It's just a joke. It's not real. People are buying into it. It's another sales ploy. Mm-hmm. It's a catchphrase. Mm-hmm. It's a selling point.
Right.
People think they're doing something. It makes them feel less guilty. Makes them feel like they're saving money. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. Oh, we'll go green and we'll do this. Shut up. It's not helping. Until like Ope says, until you can look out over Manhattan and have it look like it did in 1860 every night.
Yeah, that would be nice.
A couple of campfires in the street.
Yeah, of course.
You're not helping.
Well, America's very competitive, too. We're sitting here thinking, why let the Chinese have all the energy?
Apparently they're getting all of it, though.
I understand.
Are they screwing us over?
Until they start turning off a few lights, we're going to be business as usual.
Yeah. What the hell happened over the past few years that China has decided as a nation that they need to use a lot of oil and push the price up to $100 a barrel now?
Yeah.
Wasn't it just like 50 and change?
We just hit 100 for the first time, right? Oil hits $100 a barrel for the first time.
Very briefly, but they're calling for like 125 in no time and saying these are just the prices we're going to be stuck with. And they say it's comparable to the early 80s prices if you put in inflation, but I don't know about that. It was just $50-something a barrel. And they keep going, will it go to 60? Will it go to 70? And then I hear 100.
But I thought it was a war for oil.
Man.
That old gag.
It's oil, man.
I thought we were fighting for oil.
We're going to, exploit the country and take their oil so we could have our big cars and drive around. Shut up, you college puke. $100 a barrel.
Look, the reality is. Oh, boy, said that. That's one of my crushes. But America needs to fight wars. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do to help the economy.
It's one of our best exports, our soldiers willing to kill.
We need a war every, 10 years?
Yeah, 10, 15, yeah.
And a few flare-ups in between.
Yeah, for lobbing a few cruise missiles to keep everyone interested.
Yeah, but in general, we like war in America, and it really does some fine things to the economy.
Well, it helps out, the economy. Everyone is working because they got to build stuff.
Right.
Stuff gets broken in wars,
right?
Apparently, and you got to repair it or make new ones.
Right. Exactly. So there you go. There's something.
That's your economic news.
Oh, I know.
On the Opie and Anthony show.
My freaking throat is just scratchy and dry.
Jim, Zipper, help me.
I'll be happy to.
Ew.
Give him a wash.
Why are you calling him
throat wash?
Why are you calling him Jim?
Oh,
Jimmy.
Freaking Jimmy trumped me yesterday. I hate you.
But I didn't. You just said, what's your name?
I spent 2 days over break in making my girl call me Gregorio. I would walk into the living room and go, for the next 2 days, I want to be referred to as Gregorio. And then we gave Anthony his Antonio yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we went to Jimmy and went, Jimmy, what's your name? And you came up with
me.
See, the J sounds like a Y.
It's kind of silent.
We're trying to get, I guess, some urban listeners.
Yeah,
numbers.
Seems to be doing well for some other radio stations in New York. So for now on, Gregorio.
Antonio. The comic relief.
Yeah.
You can wear a big frilly red velvet shirt.
I slink in like Marty Feldman and throw out a joke or two.
Yeah.
It's good for the urban audience. A Marty Feldman reference.
Wow.
He's been dead for 30 years.
I know.
Yeah. Something we were laughing at just before we went on the air, by the way. We should hit the people with this one. Candlelight vigil held for the tiger who killed teen in San Francisco. And we applaud the people standing around with their candles for the tiger.
Yeah, this is for the tiger, not for the people that were the person that was killed and the two people that were maimed by the mauling of this tiger.
In San Francisco, I hope
for the tiger.
Hope everyone knows the story by now. It's one of those stories that is just terrific. It's not terrific, though, that they had to kill the stupid tiger.
No.
They showed the video of that today, of the tiger just dead on the side.
Poor guy.
Well, he was just doing what tigers are supposed to do, especially if you taunt them. Because now it's coming out that the guys might have had a slingshot.
All three of them had
slingshots, and they might have been doing some things to the tiger. And the tiger's been sitting there looking at that freaking wall for a while, and he's been sizing up that wall like Anthony was telling me.
Know it. The tigers know, and any cat really knows what it can do and can't do. Mm-hmm. It knows its parameters, knows its environment, and you know that tiger was looking at that wall going, I can make that. But why would I want to when they throw like steaks at me every night?
Right.
This is wonderful. Until someone shoots him in the face with a slingshot, then I go, you know something? I can make this wall. And that guy probably a little tastier than a steak.
Sure.
And he jumped over the wall and just mauled him.
Yeah.
And now stories are coming out from the two injured guys that they went to get help. And the zoo employees didn't believe him, didn't care. They went to a little cafe in the middle of this zoo and were screaming that they needed help. And someone's like, we're closed. We're closed. And then walked up to a security guard and said, there's a tiger mauling my friends. And the security guard went, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Just the visual of that. You're frantic, freaking out. Your freaking buddy's just being mauled. Probably losing his ball bag as you speak.
Yeah. He's ripping it off and
they don't believe you.
No. We're closed. No, there's a tiger. We're closed.
I don't understand why they have to kill the animal after us stupid humans go and taunt like these creatures at a zoo. And every once in a while, you know, the animal fights back. You've seen the video of what was it? The polar bear with the kid pinned up against the bars.
It's
and he's
ripping
got his
its coat off.
And then all of a sudden they kill the polar bear.
Why?
Or whatever the animal was. It was some kind of a bear. I don't get it.
Only way to get it to stop, probably. Like if it's misbehaving and there's no way to get it back in, it's just it's.
No, I think it's after they free the kid and all, and then they decide, you know, this thing is misbehaving. We got to kill it. I mean, this tiger that mauled this kid in San Francisco. If I was a zoo, I would put that on display. You want
to see the killer tiger.
You want an attraction.
Yep.
P.T. Barnum understood that crap.
Man-eating tiger. You want a killer tiger. That's an attraction now. You don't kill the damn thing.
You would see ticket sales go through the roof.
Yeah.
Here is the killer tiger.
Get close, but not too close.
So the animal rights activists held a vigil for the tiger, right?
Yeah, and I again, they are.
I applaud that, actually.
But I mean, when you listen to them talk, they're like, ugh.
Well, the talking is ridiculous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
You know, humans failed Tatiana.
Tatiana.
Did they? Don't we just ruin everything? You're not used to that already?
They're actually they took care of the animal, because if he was still living in its home area there.
Of course, some native would have shot it and used its foot to make some kind of an awful powder to make paint out of. What do you think, the natives are nice to tigers?
Just shovel out its gallbladder and use it for some kind of aphrodisiac.
Sure.
Dumb dance. Circles, meaningless idiocy.
With the tiger head on a stick.
Yeah, they put it on top of its own head. Oh, look, I'm a tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not. We can see your head.
I love when they do documentaries on little tribes, and they're like, and the Cucamonga people. It's like, why don't you just point out and go, would you look at these idiots?
Yeah.
Would you look at these retards who think it's okay to run in a circle with no shoes on? Put some shoes on, for God's sake.
So in other news, we got that. We got the Iowa caucus today. Who gives us?
Does anyone? I hear even the people in Iowa are just like, we don't care. Get out.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure most of the people. You're right. Don't give a crap.
Yeah.
These people are coming to their town. You know, I was reading the Post today, and Chris Rock played the Garden. He was in here promoting the Garden.
Yeah.
Gig. It was sold out, and he just killed. Everyone loved it, and they wrote down some of the jokes he had in the paper today, and a lot of his observations. And one of his observations is simple. He says, "Boy, they really don't want us to vote for president, do they? They make it really hard for us to vote for the presidency, but we could vote for Dancing with with the Stars."
That's good.
So true.
You had a funny point about
So true. I mean, they get more votes for the American Idol contestants than the president
for any election.
For any election.
Yeah, it's
that's on purpose, people. We know that, right? Most people know that by now.
99% of the people in this country do not understand the true election process. Mm-hmm. They don't understand things as simple as, the primaries,
right,
and the caucuses. Mm-hmm. People don't get it. And even on election day, they think they're actually casting an individual vote for a candidate, and they're really not. It just doesn't work that way. But keep them all fat and stupid. That's the best way.
Right. Well, for example, if you are a Republican in New York, you're not going to get a Republican president.
Don't wake up. Don't wake up. It doesn't matter.
Well, you might get a Republican president, but I mean, a Republican candidate will not win New York State.
No. So it doesn't matter to even vote.
So if you're a Republican living in New York, it don't.
New York has gone to the Democrat. That's what they'll do. It's like, okay, New York has got.
Like, we're a year out, and I can guarantee that the Republican candidate will not win New York.
No.
Doesn't seem fair.
It's like, wait, but doesn't my vote count?
No.
Toward that? No. It's the electoral votes of New York will go to the Democratic candidate.
Right.
That's just the way it works. We think we actually can cast. Let me cast my vote as an American. There it is. One vote. Maybe if he wins by one, I could say it was me. No. Doesn't work that way.
All right, so
the founding fathers knew that people were much too stupid to vote for a president.
We're dummies.
They needed the Electoral College.
Whatever the hell that is.
Wherever it is. I want to go there.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
I didn't have enough credits.
Do they offer scholarships?
How's their football team this year?
You're right, by the way. It's always going to be the Democrats in New York. The Republicans are going to probably take Texas. It's
and then there's the swing states that are the ones that, that's the one. That's why Florida's always a pain in the ass. It's kind of a swing state. They're not really sure. Ohio.
They don't know what they are down there.
What do we do? Who do we vote for?
I don't know.
I need another commercial to tell me who sucks.
Well, we do have some great audio of Hillary, though.
Really?
Yeah, with her Hillary's, speech.
She's the best.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm trying to give Chris Rock some props, but he was talking about like Hillary for president.
Yeah.
I got to read this, because it's his joke, and I don't want to mess it up too bad here. So he's at the Garden, he's talking about Hillary. On Hillary Clinton, Chris Rock said, "I think America's ready for a woman president, not that woman," meaning Hillary Clinton. Being married to somebody doesn't make you good at their job.
Yeah.
And then Chris Rock goes on to say, "I've been with my wife 10 years now. If she got up here right now, y'all wouldn't laugh at all." And then he goes, "You get on a plane tomorrow, you want the pilot's wife flying you?"
That's good.
Chris Rock rules. All right, here's the Hillary speech. We'll do that after the break. Just getting started here on the Opie and Anthony Show. A very interactive radio show. Give us a call, 877-212-ONA. Really fast, a quickie, because it'll set up a nice bit here. Zeppelin is going to be headlining Bonnaroo Festival in Tennessee this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're going to be doing the headline.
That's going to kick
Bonnaroo.
off a big world tour.
I've been wanting to go to Bonnaroo for a while now.
I think I'm going. Do you want to go?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you just kidding?
No, I'm dead serious. It's in. My friend books it. Seriously. No.
Are you going to perform?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah, I'm not obviously not right before Zeppelin, but I mean a different tent, I'm sure.
Dude, I'm there.
If it goes through, I would like to.
Count me in, man. I've been wanting to check out Bonnaroo for a while. So
Is Metallica's doing it?
I really don't know. I just know that Zeppelin is headlining. That news hit today, or yesterday, whatever, late yesterday. Yeah. And with that, we go to break with, of course, Club Soda Kenny just singing a piece of Zeppelin on the Opie and Anthony show. That ain't it. What happened? What happened?
That was a piece.
A piece of crap. Here it is.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
It's the Opie and Anthony show. It's a bit mellow. I know it kicks in. I know the song, but... Phone number 877-212-0-A.
Was this where it kicked in?
No, it kicks in with...
Yeah.
Oh, we have to wait a little longer for that part.
Yeah. I don't think it rolls around.
Oh, this gets crazy. Too nuts for the morning.
Did they loop it?
Yes.
Oh, they just looped it so we don't even get the... Yuck. I hate that.
What song is that?
Huh? What? No, I don't want the build-up. We got to go right to the show now. ONARadio.com. Let's not forget about that. That's where Stephen S. from Bayshore does his fine rundown.
Yes.
And the links to all the videos and visual things we talk about on the radio show. Okay. Good, is right. Also coming soon to the Opie and Anthony show, we're going to be doing the biggest gainer contest.
Yeah, this is kind of taken off. A lot of people want to be involved in this.
Yeah.
The emails were going all crazy last night.
We might have to get with the lawyers.
What?
Just to see if maybe we could get a couple listeners to do it as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, though. But right now it's between our show and the Ron and Fez show.
Yep.
And I'm a huge fan of Biggest Loser. It makes me laugh. It makes me not cry, but it makes me get a little choked up for these people as they're losing lots and lots of weight.
They choke on ham sandwiches.
And then the show ends, and then they gain all the weight back. But Biggest Loser doesn't want to acknowledge that or talk about that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, last year...
No reunion shows?
Last year's winner lost an incredible amount of weight, right, on The Biggest Loser.
Uh-huh.
And he's from Long Island. And he probably even listens to our show. Who knows?
Oh,
but he either
that.
owns or... I think he owns, like, a deli. And during the holidays, I was like at a Best Buy or something. And I was looking at DVDs and stuff, and they have a Biggest Loser workout DVD. And I noticed the guy who won Biggest Loser is part of this workout tape. But he's a lot bigger than when he won.
Oh, boy.
But not as big as he used to be.
Yeah.
But the Biggest Loser people don't want to acknowledge that actually, you know, in the end, these people end up going back to their regular lives and find it very, very hard to continue exercising and eating perfectly, and they end up gaining a lot of the weight back.
On the show itself, doesn't that take up like all of their time? aren't they dedicated?
Yeah, they're at
to doing the show. So their whole life becomes losing weight.
They're at a campus.
Yeah,
they got pretty much around the clock trainers. They got nutritionists. They got doctors.
So once you leave that environment,
right.
You're screwed.
Yeah,
you put back, and he owns a deli.
Yeah,
oh great! He's just under his face under the slicer, just slicing ham into his mouth.
And with this Biggest Loser show, they usually bring back the past year winner.
Mm-hmm.
This past season that just ended, although they have now segged into Biggest Loser couples, it just started up. But the season that just ended, they never brought the winner back from the year
I
prior.
wonder why.
Because he probably gained too much weight, and Biggest Loser is like, this isn't good for the show.
People supposed to lose weight.
So, in honor of the fact that I watched that dumb show, we're doing Biggest Gainer.
Yeah.
And who's in so far from our team?
Butcher.
Butcher.
He's in.
He's one of our behind the scenes guys.
We were really bamboozled by him. He comes across as a guy that's in shape.
Yeah.
He sort of has a superhero look to him. We were calling him superhero for a while.
He's got the square jaw.
Yeah, square jaw. He kind of looks like,
He looks like the young version of the Incredibles dude.
There you go. He could be the young version when he was a superhero.
But that's what his face looks like.
Yeah.
The rest of his body looks like Incredibles dude when he was retired and, out of shape.
But you couldn't see it when he was wearing what he would wear because I guess he wears baggy shirts. I didn't notice, but he looked like he'd been working out or something.
No, he wears one baggy shirt, and that would be his Lamb of God T-shirt.
And then yesterday he showed everybody, oh no, there's a mess under there.
Yeah.
He has the potential of becoming really fat.
And he's so in.
Yeah.
As we do the Biggest Gainer contest very, very soon on the Opie and Anthony Show. Butcher.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up? Ed Brock, yo. A.K.A. Ed Brock.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a big fat mess, but I'm all in for the contest.
Yeah, are you in training, though?
I just had my chocolate bar for breakfast.
No.
Breakfast chocolate bar.
We need you to lose weight before the weigh-in. We're doing a little cheating now because we have to wait for Ron and Fez to get back from vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this thing is going to go down early next week. So between now and early next week, when we do the official weigh-in, you got to kind of be on a diet. You shouldn't be eating chocolate bars for breakfast.
You want to weigh in light.
You want to weigh in way light. We want to cheat a little bit. We don't care how we win this contest.
Buy low, sell high. That's what we're trying to do.
That's right. So, maybe a low-fat protein shake, maybe a little low-fat yogurt with a little sprinkle of granola for some crunch. That's all we want you to be eating right now.
And then just, destroy yourself.
Yeah, as soon as the weigh-in's over, then you go all out.
I'll go for the anorexia, bulimia, finger down the throat thing.
Yeah,
well, whatever it takes. We don't care.
For the next few days. But Butcher is really in.
Yeah.
And who else do we got? We got Pat Duffy? Oh, we're going to ask Pat Duffy tomorrow?
Do we really have to ask Pat Duffy to do anything at this point? The guy is a soldier.
Yeah.
He will come to the table, I'm sure, and eat everything on it.
And it's going to be
the guy.
I believe it's going to be a 3-month contest, and it's basically going to just mock the Biggest Loser.
Now here's here's one thing I found a little disturbing. The lovely Lily wants to be involved in this from the Ron and Fez show.
No, she doesn't. She couldn't.
She wants in, supposedly.
But she wants in.
But explain Lily to the rest of America.
Lily is adorable, and she's very thin.
And very tall. She's
very thin.
It's got to be 5'9",
tall.
5'10", easy.
Yeah. And
a great hat collection.
A great silly hat collection. That it looks good on you, though.
Yeah, Lily always does. She's dressed to solve a crime somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like solving a crime or a Holly Hobby doll or just some wacky hat thing. But she wears it well.
She looks like a model for a JCPenney catalog.
Yeah, she's kind of the girl next door.
For like a Sears catalog.
Kind of. Is that an insult? But I can't see her gaining any weight. I don't know. I don't know if she's puking on the side. Maybe because she can stop doing that.
She's real thin. I mean, how much weight can she possibly... Well, I guess we just win the contest is what happens.
I don't know. But there's got to be classes. Like, if she's in, we'd have to put her in against our own skinny chick, Travis. Yeah.
Who's throwing his arms up in the air once again. He just doesn't understand that he is a chick.
Oh, a boy. I'm a boy.
The beard hasn't thrown anyone off.
The one on your face or the one you married. Believe me.
That's not nice. She's a lovely woman.
We love her.
I know.
You guys should be called Dylan and Lisa.
You fruit.
So, are you in this contest?
I'll do it. I was telling Eric yesterday,
but how much weight could you possibly gain? You are rail thin.
I'm not going to gain more than 5 pounds. It just doesn't happen.
You eat anything you want, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you just don't gain any weight.
I'm about to have a disgusting sausage, egg, and cheese hash brown wrap thing for breakfast.
That's great.
I'll eat pasta 5 times a week. I don't gain weight.
And you save the for dessert?
Yeah, surprisingly, I don't gain weight from that either. So, I'll do it, no problem, but...
See, I think classes, little categories like that might work.
Yeah.
And then we get somebody like Bronx Johnny to go up against maybe Butcher, because they're more in the same category.
Butcher is our Robert De Niro in Raging Bull.
Yeah, I think he can do it.
Yeah, he's gonna be a mess by the end of this contest.
We can only hope.
I can guarantee that.
I'll eat Johnny alive.
You think Bronx Johnny's in too?
I heard rumor.
Okay, well we're getting the teams together.
Yep.
We're getting our team together. We're getting the Ron Fez team together, and I think the weigh-in goes down hopefully Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Screw this! You've heard so many shows, TV shows, radio shows, even because of sponsors or something that they want to lose weight. Mm-hmm. It's the whole lose weight thing. Throw that out the window. We want fatties.
Oh, yeah.
Want to see these people just destroy their bodies.
For 3 months.
Stretch marks forever.
Yeah, for the rest of the winter, basically. the contest is going to end in, early April.
Yeah.
I don't like Lily joining. I don't like it.
That upsets you, doesn't it?
She's the only attractive person in the entire organization.
Yeah, what happens?
There's no chicks. There's one, and she wants to get fat.
There's one girl. She wears her funny little hats.
She sure does. She's always smoking a pipe.
Has a magnifying glass.
Of course she does.
Looking for clues.
Yeah. Silly.
Where's Earl's talent? She can't find it. No one can.
Not without the Hubble.
We're gonna wreck her side career. She's not going to be part of the back to school
collection next year
catalog for Sears.
Just the pith helmet modeling career is now over.
Pith helmet. But she'd look adorable in a pith helmet.
She would. Every time I see Lily in a hat, I just want to see her being boiled alive by natives.
All right, well, game on, Butcher. We're counting on you, buddy.
No problem. I got your back, guys. Don't worry about it.
How many pounds do you think you could gain in 3 months?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do plus some, and we'll see how far I can take it.
He'll pack it on. He's
thinking,
got the genetics for it, you could see.
I'm thinking you could average 5 pounds a week through the whole contest.
I could definitely try.
That would be 60 pounds, right? More or less, maybe a little more. 70 pounds, call it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll end up being a diabetic by the end of this.
Right on.
See, Max has got it wrong also.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Stay there, Butch. Max, what's up?
Hey, guys, I was wondering, Lily could be a ringer if she got pregnant just for the contest.
No, she's the one. She would look like Talia Shire pregnant in The Godfather. Just real skinny with just a little basketball underneath her shirt.
Was it in The Godfather?
No, in The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when she was pregnant and, clean us up. Be a murder like your father. She had this skinny little Talia Shire body and then a softball in her gut.
I like her better in Rocky 2 when she could collapse on the bird feed. She gave birth to a kid with a Carmen ragu wig. The hairiest chimp baby ever.
All right, Max.
Hey, I got a cool snap. Never mind.
All right, he punched out.
Punched out. That's
I like
good.
that. He saved himself, but the plane goes down in flames.
All right, Butcher. Show some self-control between now and Monday, maybe Tuesday at the latest.
Yeah.
Actually, let's
no
try
chocolate.
Let's get the Ron and Fez people together and get them organized, and Monday we'll do the weigh-in.
Okay.
Official.
The official weigh-in is Monday, and then contest is on.
I'm down.
All right, Butcher, so, eat a few salads, will you?
Finger down the throat. I got you.
Yeah, that's the easy way.
We're going into cheat mode right now. Lose as much weight as possible between now and Monday.
Indeed.
All right, buddy.
All right, dude.
All right.
Later.
I never knew his name was Ed.
Huh?
His name is Ed?
A.K.A. Ed Brock, right?
Creepy name. Ed.
Here's the Hillary thing we kind of teased going into the break. Her just babbling again. Listen to this. With her Hillary speech.
They've been coming after me for 16 years, and much to their dismay, I'm still here. And I intend to be still here in November 2008. So go to the caucus tomorrow. Stand up for me for one night so that I can stand up for you, and together we'll make progress again in America. Thank you all, and God bless you.
I want to see that music play and have her head explode. Just watch her head explode when Slim Whitman plays.
I am distracting you by the way I speak.
How can
I'm not
anyone
saying anything up here?
Exactly. How could anyone listen to that and feel any sincerity in what she says? It's political. It's oldie time politician cadence.
She galvanizes you into making a nice warm bath and opening your wrists into it.
Yeah.
What a zilch.
I hate
And we are going to go ahead and win the caucus.
So I can stand up for you.
For you.
America.
It's been 16 years. Shut up.
It's time for a change.
Oh, enough of her. A change. Like a big change. What? And you're just talking, the only change would be a vagina replacing a penis. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Because everything else will remain the same. She'll just be some dopey politician in there. You can tell by the way she talks. She's been raised to be a politician. Her whole life has been just...
Wouldn't that be a good thing, though?
What? I don't think so.
I hate them all, to be honest.
It's not going to be anything new. Like, she's talking about this new thing. What new? Okay. A vagina. That's the only new thing she's offering the White House.
That could be fun to watch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could tell when she's on her you-know-what. If she still gets her you-know-what.
Oh, probably not. Please. That thing just pruned up years ago, I'm sure. Just barren.
She wakes up and there's a tumbleweed in the bed. She says, oh, my friend is here.
What happened?
I used to be a woman. What are they saying? A dead heat between Hill, they like to call her Hill, and Obama?
Yeah.
I don't like any of them.
Nope.
I might vote for Huckabee because he's got a funny name.
Huckabee? I heart Huckabee.
I call him Huckabee.
The Hucklebuck.
Who are you going to vote for, Jimmy? If the vote was today?
Obama.
You're not voting for Obama.
Absolutely
Just stop it. Why?
Because Oprah told him.
I want a black president.
Why?
Why not?
So you're voting based strictly on skin color?
Nah, they're all so... You might as well find something. They're all so...
Just because it's different? Is that what it is? You've been eating the same food, and you're like, I'll try this out. Absolutely. What happens if you take a big mouthful and don't like it?
It's not going to be any different than what's been going on.
Oh, yes, it will.
Well, maybe.
Trust me, it will.
Hank gets very paranoid about
all I'm saying
about the possibility of a black president.
I don't know. No, because before Colin Powell screwed the pooch by just getting on all fours and lapping George Bush, he had a pretty promising political career. I believe he would have made a good president. But this Barack Obama is a little too not in the best interest of the entire country.
He scares you.
He frightens me.
I see it in your eyes.
And he's holding back. He's holding back, but I see through the veneer. I see.
He scares the hell out of you, huh?
Petrified. petrified. I'll be honest with you.
What's
petrified?
What scares you about Obama?
Like I said,
he's not going to take care of Whitey. Let's get.
I don't think the best interest of the majority of the nation,
Whitey,
is in his mind. I won't say Whitey. I'll just say the majority of the nation is in his best interest. I think a lot of little interest groups will get a lot of his attention. I think my already overinflated, bloated tax bill will be going toward things that I really don't want them to go towards. That's what I'm saying. And I think it'll be even more so. I think we'll really get the hell taxed out of us. And that wife of his. Oh, boy. If I could use the word, I would. Not that word. Not that word. I use that in the privacy of my own home and car. But I'm talking, she's a little too involved. Little too involved.
In what way?
I think she has a lot of influence over him. I think he's pee-whipped. I honestly think he is.
You're insane.
And she's got some wacky ideas.
Like what?
Well, again, I don't think the majority of this country is really in their agenda.
But is the majority of the country and any real politician's agenda like? And I don't
Yes.
think the Republicans are just for the rich, but it's like Bush. You know, I don't think he's for the majority of Americans. I think he's for a small percentage of Americans too. I mean, they all kind of are.
I think you would see if Barack Obama was elected. I think you would see things change a little more negatively in this country.
Why are you beating around the bush? What are you trying to say?
All right, let's look at New York City under Mayor Dinkins. He had an agenda based on skin color. He did. He did. He'd go to a black drug dealer's bedside in a hospital that was shot by the police.
That was just one time.
And the police. Well, I don't care with one time.
He also did white things, like he loved tennis, and he would leave his limo air conditioning on in the middle of an energy crisis. That's a white guy thing to do. That's a Streisand.
All right,
thing.
I'll give him that. I just don't know. I don't know. The country's not. Wait a few years until there's an influx, until we're a little more of a melting pot, which I mean by a melting pot, third world country. And then we can have, I don't even think president's a good word, warlord. I like the word. Africa has a great thing. Warlords. I like them. They go around with machetes. Someone disagrees. They get hacked apart.
You want us to elect a warlord?
A warlord. But I don't think America's ready for a warlord yet. I think we need more people to be so politically correct that we keep this influx of people coming into this country that really probably don't contribute that much. Mm-hmm. They don't assimilate to our society. And then after a while, when the country's completely destroyed, then I think it's a good idea to have a president that might better represent the majority of the people in the country.
So who are you going to vote for?
That's a toughie. I will probably cast my vote for Rudy Giuliani if he is the Republican candidate.
Maybe,
The guy, and let me tell you something.
What about McCain?
The Democrats.
What about McCain?
Cuckoo. The Democrats are morons, because if they cannot turn every disenfranchised Republican around and get them to vote for a viable candidate, they're insane, and they can't. I wanted to vote Democrat for last election. I wanted to. And this election I want to. But they parade out a freak show. It's like Barnum and Bailey. I don't want a gag ticket. A woman or a black president at this point is not a viable candidate for the country. I flew to Colorado recently, Opie. I looked down on Middle America. I looked out the window and looked down there and saw a bunch of, I didn't see people. I just saw land. But I knew that land was full of people that would never vote for a woman or a black person.
Down on everybody.
I look down on everyone. If that window opened, I would spit out on it. But it's not really ready. That middle part of the country.
And you could see that from way up in the sky.
Of course I could.
What do you see?
I could see it from first class in the plane.
What are they carving into their crops?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You should see those crop circles.
Yeah.
They don't look like aliens drew them. Aliens don't know the letter N. It's just America's not ready. So if either Hillary or Obama get the nod from the Democrats to run, you will see another Republican president. You will.
Giuliani sucks.
Giuliani does suck. He's got a lot of skeletons in his closet. He's made a lot of bad decisions. But his health is questionable. You don't know why. Why the hell was he in the hospital? No one knows. He was in the hospital. They kept him there. They couldn't even fly him. He's on the plane. They couldn't fly him back to New York, where the best hospitals are. They had to leave him in some podunk little hospital somewhere, so he could come out and smile and wave and walk to his limo. Something was going on there.
Does it bother you? He's still kind of doing the whole 9/11 thing during the campaign.
Everyone else is using it for some reason or another. So, I mean, why shouldn't he? He's the only one, though, that I think should be using it. I mean, people do forget pretty quickly, but he was, right there. The guy was right there. He kind of was the guy that everyone looked towards for guidance in what to do. He distributed resources like a leader, like a true leader. He was able to do that.
But he wasn't a popular figure.
September 10th. Everyone hated him.
Right, exactly.
September 11th, he was America's mayor.
Hey, he made the city better, though. The little quality of life.
He did. Quality of life stuff.
Crazy.
What about Bloomberg?
I like Bloomberg a lot.
Supposedly he might enter the race as
I'd love to see him
as
win.
a third-party candidate there.
He's
on
got
the
his own
third-party
money.
ticket.
He's got his own money. He doesn't need special interest money.
He does have his own money.
I like that. I would love to vote for him in a second, Bloomberg. I like his little wimpy voice, and he's kind of androgynous.
He does. He really doesn't care what he says either.
No, he could care less. He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, yeah.
He's too short to be president.
Yeah, it's still about looks?
Yeah.
Because then Giuliani ain't got a shot in hell.
Nah.
When was the last time we had a president without a head of hair?
Kennedy.
Who was the last? Oh, Jesus. Right at the end.
At the end of Kennedy's term. Jeez.
One bad haircut and it's all over.
Wow.
But it's true. When was the last president that didn't have a full head of hair?
You kind of have to look good to be president.
You got to go back to the big top hat days.
Who was the last mess to be president? Richard Nixon?
The last mess, probably. You could consider Nixon a mess.
Yeah, that wacky nose and the receding hairline, and he sweat a lot on live TV.
Gerald Ford kind of had something going on there, but he wasn't elected. So
Ford, he was all right.
But he wasn't elected.
But he was all right. Reagan had the looks.
Reagan had the
Ford
big
looked like he was an old
dog duty hairdo.
Ford has that he's an old jock, just older. You know what I mean? He looked all right.
But people didn't have to vote for him. That's what I'm saying. Like, people want to vote for someone who's more attractive.
How did he give us.
How did he get in?
Yeah.
Spiro Agnew had a little problems with the IRS and various things and had to bug out. And then Nixon got and he took over as vice president. And then Nixon had a little problem with Watergate and thrown out. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm president and I wasn't even elected.
Hey, this is what we're going to do. We have to take a break. We're real late here. E-Rock, you got to find us the montage of all the presidents. And I want to look at ugly presidents after the break.
Ugly presidents.
Ugly presidents after the break.
Someone's saying Truman was an ugly bastard, but
Lyndon Johnson was no looker.
And people are saying that the last
looker.
People are saying the last bald president was Eisenhower. All right, we'll figure it out.
I like Ike.
I want to look at all the presidents,
but war hero,
and we're going to point out the ugly ones for everybody.
All right,
and we're going to do that next.
Harry Truman was a good-looking older gentleman. And he dropped the bomb.
But
Jesus, you got to give him some credit for that.
But he had a bird nose. His nose made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's Opie and Anthony. You're checking out Opie and Anthony. Phone number 877-212-ONA. Trying to look at a montage of all the presidents we've had in America. To kind of point out some ugly ones. Ugh.
Because people...
I listened to that Dick Clark segment yesterday.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was hilarious.
Hysterical. A lot of people were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was very funny. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sure.
My girlfriend had quite a few chuckles in the vehicle.
Yeah, people were coming up to me yesterday talking about it. And then, of course, on the game, on Call of Duty 4, online, all my gay friends. I mean, from the clan, the GAAY. That's Bob Kelly's clan. Did he start that one, Than? Do you know that?
Of course he did.
If he started it or just joined it. But they were just raving over the Dick Clark stuff. One gentleman gave me quite a compliment and said he liked the old lava lamp head.
There was some... I love when he goes, ow, and you're playing the electrical shock.
Yeah.
Zapping him.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of something because the whole Dick Clark thing we did yesterday, which was really, really funny. It was the big, It was the big bit yesterday in the Opie and Anthony show. Wasn't really represented on Stephen S. from Bayshore's rundown yesterday.
Much to Stephen S.'s chagrin.
That is featured on ONDARadio.com, and I don't really understand why.
E-Rock's bringing it up now. Where would it be?
I'm hearing that Steve wrote something very, very different than what appeared on the rundown yesterday.
Oh.
Are you scanning that there, Jimmy?
Eric, I let Eric scan it because I can't. I'll see if you can find it, baby girl. That's his nickname.
Wait, let me read right there. Wait, go up a little, right?
Go up a little.
All right, the Times Square ball has gone green. It now only uses the same amount of electricity a few toasters would consume because they've put energy-efficient bulbs in it. How nice. Let's just ignore the fact that the rest of Times Square was for hours that night lit up like the sun. And then there's a quote, "Don't daze me." Okay, he spelled out brah. Don't tase me. Blah, blah, blah. In keeping with the green theme, Dick Clark's body will be going green later this year, then gray, then into a multicolored, writhing pile of maggots.
What did they edit? Seems pretty...
So much for being nice. Some people were photographed wearing diapers in Times Square. Yeah, that's right. It seemed that there are no bathrooms available for people celebrating New Year's Eve to use, so a few people had the idea to use diapers in case of any accidents.
Jeez, yeah, what'd they take out?
What did they take out?
And that's it.
Yeah, but we went off a little more on that.
And then Happy New Year. But a lot of the Dick Clark jokes are just not represented in the rundown.
No.
Guess we don't want to offend anybody.
Why?
I'll find out on the next break.
Jimmy's our spokesperson.
Like we said, we have to be nice.
Jimmy's like
It's radio.
Jimmy's really good. Jimmy's like a politician. I get nothing accomplished because then my stupid anger gets involved.
I don't either.
But Jimmy asks real questions.
I don't either.
Oh, you don't get anything?
Oh, have you seen any changes? I just stand in Tom's office like Hillary. We need change on the... Nothing.
You need to let us do what we know how to do, radio!
And then Jimmy comes in all angry and he spits on his own floor.
Yeah, Tom, you might want to clean the rug around here.
You can always tell how mad Jimmy is by how wet around his chair gets.
I spit on the stage at the cellar the other night because somebody was heckling me.
Yeah.
And I just smashed them, and I was so angry, and the crowd was applauding, but I had to spit just to show them.
Was it that broad?
Yeah.
Because Bobby Kelly told me about her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
That she said something nasty to Jimmy.
Yeah.
About the new year. And I heard you just laid into her, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I might have it on her boyfriend. I might have it on DVD.
Oh, really?
We'll play it maybe.
There's nothing more vicious than watching a genuinely angered Jimmy go after somebody in the crowd. When somebody says something and it's not, it's good natured, and the idiot's just trying to be funny, I think you give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of shut him up, but when someone's being like drunk, stupid, saying crap that's just trying to be vicious to you. Oh, why do they bother?
Well, I don't understand why you would do that in a live performance anyway, unless someone was attacking you personally. But I wasn't, and whatever.
Yeah.
So it feels kind of good to do that because the problem is she probably doesn't get enough of that. And I really attacked her boyfriend more because he was, proud to pipe up for her. Whatever. He's a dude.
What did she say? Did I miss something?
I was sarcastically addressing the new year. I wasn't having a decent set. I was like, I hope you all have fun with your hats, whatever I was saying.
And your noise maker.
Yeah, he was being all like...
Okay.
That's what Bobby said. You were being all just passive-aggressive, kind of, hey, have a great new year with your hats and noisemakers.
And but I really was just kind of kidding around. She's like, well, I hope you're funnier.
Oh, in 2008.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, no, you didn't.
But,
So then what'd you do?
I'm like, who said that? Who said? I always like to.
Of course. Were you
Dad.
biting your teeth?
I was really unhappy. But then
You ever try to bite your teeth?
Yeah,
It's like
that's
impossible.
Bad. It's bad.
Because you need the other.
Crack 'em.
You need the other set of teeth to actually bite the teeth. So
You'll crack them, though.
Well, you really try to bite them.
I can talk to them relatively well.
But try biting your teeth.
He was a
You're
crooked
not
cop.
officially biting them.
He was a crooked cop, bad cop.
We have people on the newspaper, don't we, Tom?
So what'd you do?
I just kind of. Thank you, Steve. I think I smashed her and her boyfriend because he had to talk to me in the bathroom. He tried to make a little joke in the bathroom, and he's like, "I'm the guy from the bathroom," and then I just kind of made fun of the fact that the Mo had spoken to me in the bathroom.
Oh, very good.
Actually, Jimmy just said, "Look, it's a look at the look at him. It's a look at the." Is that what you did?
Yes, I did. I certainly did, and then I slid on the floor, made a wacky noise.
Yes, thank you, Glenn Dandy.
Very nice. Okay. Moving on to other things. This minivan crash from yesterday we didn't get to because we had a very, very busy show. Minivan crashes into the news studio live on TV. This is pretty funny, man. They're doing their live shot from their little side studio there. Where's this out of? ABC News Studio in Chicago. Okay.
Chicago.
ComEd crews are working to restore power to thousands of homes in our area, and Chicago firefighters are doing their very difficult jobs tonight. ABC 7's Michelle Gallardo joining us now live from the scene of one fire tonight where 2 people were injured, Michelle, and the weather made the rescue work all that much more. Oh!
It certainly did, Rev. This was an automatic call.
Dummy. Hey, dummy. A car just crashed into the newsroom.
Wait, so he's in the newsroom. She's outside somewhere else in the city. Oh, the video's pretty good. We'll have that linked up later on onandaradio.com.
She doesn't miss a beat. She's got her story, damn it, and she's going to finish it.
Sam, you got something else to add to this? No. Oh, then why you got headphones on, and why are you standing there with your massive afro?
Just in case you had any questions.
What?
Self-explanatory.
Well, I didn't know the video was being shown, so, in case there's
about
any
the
questions.
minivan and stuff?
Yeah.
How many miles per gallon did it get? What are you going to offer?
Is it fuel efficient? All right. Very nice. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Wish it had explosives in it.
Oh.
Fun with that big.
And
But it
she would
wasn't
still do a
targeting the
stupid
news.
story.
It just really was an explosive delivery service. Bill's Bomb Emporium.
And then there's like this really strange story. The adopted son, was searching for his birth mom. and finds out that he's been working with her at Lowe's.
What?
The whole time.
How does that happen?
That stuff.
Come on.
That stuff's weird.
That's not weird. It was some kind of the arranged thing. Someone knew.
What do you mean?
Someone figured it out, and they were working together.
Steve Flake has been searching online for his birth mother for 4 years, finding nothing. Then he noticed he was spelling his birth mother's last name wrong. He fixed it and got a hit. The home address of a woman in Grand Rapids.
And I thought, well, that's really close to Lowe's where I work, and I bet I've seen her in the store, not really knowing to what extent I'd seen her in the store.
He was telling a coworker about the mix-up, that the name was Talady, not Talladay.
And she's like, do you mean like the Chris Talady that works here, the one that head cashier up front?
A manager looked up the home address. It was a match. It was his mother. But Steve didn't know what to say, so he waited.
Just seeing her at work and thinking that's my mom, and this is very, very strange.
Last week, an adoption agency worker agreed to break the news to Chris, explaining only that a coworker named Steve was the son she'd given up for adoption 22 years ago.
Hello, why'd you give me up?
Yes.
Little hairy child. Thought it was a monkey.
That's kind of wild, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that is a little odd.
What are the odds?
600,000
to
2.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, then it would only be 300,000 to 1.
Right.
For 8 months, the cashier and the delivery guy had worked together, joked around.
He did the same to me?
Had sex.
It was hilarious.
Never suspecting they were mother and son.
It was just like
instant, yeah.
Hug me.
Yeah.
Hug me. I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah,
hug me. And we just sat down and talked. And we
You
have
ditched me, you bitch.
Now
What's with the hug? You ditched me. Why the hell would you hug her?
I haven't seen you since I abandoned you for drinking fun.
You know, the guy, when he found out, should have done everything he could to have sex with her. Yep. And then right in the middle of it, go, you know who I am? Your son! Right then. And just try to screw her up emotionally like she did him. And it would be sexy.
Hell yeah. How do you get a hug in that scenario?
You don't. How do you not say, so, how's things going? I'm glad to see your life got a little better, that you got rid of me. You're working here at Lowe's. Same thing I'm doing.
Right. Because I had no self-worth.
Yeah.
Because my mommy got rid of me.
Yeah, what'd you get rid of me for? To get your career going? You're working at Lowe's like me.
Didn't work out for you, did
Yeah,
you?
what happened?
Did it?
Maybe if you would have kept me, you'd had something to work for. Oh, what a despicable woman. I'm dubbing her despicable.
Well, let's hear about the hug.
just talked, and we have so much in common.
Yeah. Now they're easing from coworkers into family members.
Water slide he came out of.
That's what I was hoping, that he would turn out to be a good person.
Jeans.
Good jeans. That's wonderful. Thank you.
They like what they see in each other and in their future.
Hope they're both shot in a robbery. Oh, enough of these two. Enough of these two.
It's your feel-good story.
That is not a feel-good story.
It's a nice little story. They hook up. They'll probably end up having a nice little, few decades together.
Yeah. You know something? After the initial hug and this is all great is over, and they're just sitting together.
Yeah, now
and things start coming out.
Now that we got that out of the way, I got a few questions for you.
So what
Mommy.
happened? What happened that you had to get rid of me? Oh well, it was the 80s. I was doing coke. I was just banging.
I have a few questions for Miss Selfish.
Exactly.
Did you get a new car because you had extra money?
Yeah.
To spend?
That pesky baby food to buy, right, Ma?
Right. What do you use that money on? Drugs?
Well, yeah.
You irresponsible mommy?
Yeah, that'll end poorly. I hope. Hate to see anyone happy.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're horrible people here. Oh, they close this door and it's just an inner sanctum of misery.
Let's go to Matt in Boston. Matt?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Hi.
Listen, I'm a 40-year-old guy. I'm an adult adoptee. I met my birth mother when I was 18. I have 2 adopted kids of my own.
Oh.
A huge fan of the show. I've never understood before when people call you, make a joke about a retarded kid or whatever it is, and they've got a retarded kid and they get all worked up. I never understood how that felt until now.
Oh, no.
Hit too close to home, huh?
Exactly. I'm laughing at what you're saying, but I hate you.
Oh, no. Well, let's delve into this a little bit. We're just talking about this story, first of all. Not all adopted kids that, aren't really loved. I'm teasing, of course. See, I wanted to get a little reaction out of you. No, isn't this story a little odd, though? Like she ditched the kid.
Yeah.
And then she ends up at Lowe's working with him.
Well, how old is she? I mean, she was probably, 16, 17 when he was born?
That's what I'm guessing. Somewhere in there.
So mom was a little whore, which is, kind of hot. Why does this upset you, though? Everyone's got their own situation.
Well, my mother was 16 when I was born. She, obviously she couldn't keep me, came from a religious family, went out to a home for unwed mothers, and, and then just sort of, when I met her 18 years later, it was a lot of that, what happened and why, and she did the right thing as far as I'm concerned.
Did you get the right answers? Were you satisfied with her explanation?
Yeah, I'm a 16-year-old kid, rebelling away from home, and, what are you going to do?
Do you guys have a relationship now?
Yeah, absolutely. She came to my wedding. She lives in Holland, so she came to my wedding. She met my family for the first time there, and we email back and forth and all that stuff.
She should have gotten one of them abortions.
I'm thinking it wouldn't have worked out so good for me.
No, see? It can always be worse.
Yeah.
I think adopted kids get a lot of love. I do believe that, but that's got to be. I don't know. I wasn't adopted, so I don't know. But
I'm not in that situation.
But I would.
How do I know?
I think I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know though. I'm not in that situation, but I'd be like, what the F?
The situation where you get together with that mom that was 16 and you start talking. Is there any resentment in you?
To be honest, not really. Maybe a little disappointment, because I guess every adopted, when he's pissed at his adopted parents, oh, my real parents are princesses in some foreign land, and they're going to come take me away and sit, and then you find out they work at Lowe's.
Yeah, right next to you.
Princesses in foreign lands.
Yeah.
Never works out that way.
No.
All right, Matt, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
don't hate us too much.
Nah, you actually was laughing, but it did hit a little close to home.
Hey.
Absolutely. You guys are great.
Hey, Godspeed.
Matt in Boston listening on BCN. We got to take a break. When we get back, the show's falling apart, by the way.
Oh, I know. We were supposed to do something, and we didn't.
No, I think we sound all right, but my throat is freaking killing me. Like, there's razor blades in it.
Nice.
Jimmy is like...
My left eye is tearing because I had that stupid sinus tickle.
Oh, that is the worst.
And I want to just dig my finger all the way up and find out. It's somewhere back in my septum where my finger won't reach. And it's driving. I'm just twitching my eye.
And it's just tickling you. And you can't even rub the top of your nose to get at it, right?
Can you scratch it with a Q-tip?
No. It's
It's way in there.
It's making his eye water.
I know.
He's blowing snot.
It's just the snot moving around in my septum. That's what's making the tickle. It's like the boogers are just kind of moving around and they're coming out.
Boogers.
Oh, my God.
Is it a viscous mucus or is it solid matter? Oh, Jesus. Don't even. You know how I feel about that fluid.
All right, well. Well, Jimmy's got to go down the hall.
And we have the original rundown, by the way.
Yeah, that's good.
Ah.
Jimmy will get an answer or two, and we'll be back. Oh, when we get back, though, we do have something really good. Program aims to cure sex offenders with smells. You're not going to believe what smells they're using.
I could guess which ones they're not. Trout.
Cotton candy. Zap.
You'll find out what smells they're using.
Bubblegum and pencil erasers.
You get zapped.
To try to cure sex offenders. Maybe the listeners could guess as well. We'll do that after the break. Opie, Anthony, old Jim Norton.
Oh, my God.
It's Opie and Anthony. Hope you're having a good morning.
How couldn't you?
What? What
Have
happened?
a good morning. Oh, I guess if your house burnt down. Yeah.
That would suck.
That would suck. Okay, that's a bad morning. Yeah, I noticed it was getting a little, because you brought up the fact that it's lighter out a little later.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Not noticing yet.
I did notice.
We're only like 12 minutes lighter since December 21st.
When I leave the gym, it's usually pitch black dark, and now it wasn't.
No, it's too early for that. But every day, we move.
I noticed.
Every day we get a minute of.
Why do you deny what I say?
A minute more of sunlight.
Yes,
you're not noticing yet. I'm sorry. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I've noticed it since midnight.
A program aims to cure sex offenders with smells. This is a very unique program.
With smells?
Yes.
Sex offenders. Now, does this cover all sex offenders, like rapists, or just like a child offender?
I don't know. I'm sick today.
I'm sorry.
Well, so are they.
Yeah, apparently.
Don't ask such tough questions on a sick day. I didn't even listen to this stuff today. Are you kidding me? I'm going through the motions. I'm dying. I have to get back to bed.
I'm dying over here.
Right. I don't know.
Just break down and start crying in the middle of the show.
Don't make me do a little scream therapy today.
No.
I don't know. We'll find out together. How's that?
All right.
Usually I know the answer to your questions.
Like
but
that.
How about this? No more questions today.
Search it out together.
No more questions.
I can't handle it. Oh, God, he's coughing now.
Oh, that's good. A laugh turns into a cough.
One of those wheezing coughs.
No, my throat is so effing dry. And Tom's coming in here. He's being a good guy. Brought me some tea with lemon. He brought me some of these Halls.
He brought you chamomile tea.
Yeah.
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 Why didn't he bring you some coldies? That's what helps.
I did some emergency. I just need something that just soothes the throat so I could sleep today. That's all.
I can offer you something. You might not like it.
Keep your HIV to yourself.
Yeah, you won't be worrying about your sore throat. Bigger fish to fry.
Very excited, though, because I'm going to lose all that weight I gained over the holidays.
Yeah.
You don't look like you gained any, actually.
I'm in sick mode right now, so I'll probably drop 5 or 6 in the next week.
Via the toilet.
Right. No, I'm keeping everything down, although the you-know-whats were just horrendous.
Oh, God.
I decided I needed some vegetarian chili after the show yesterday.
Didn't work out for you?
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then one of those cutie things.
Oh, tofuti cutie?
No, you didn't have a tofuti cutie.
John, who's like
just have ice cream for the love of God.
John, who's like a man's man. He runs the building I live in. I saw him at the supermarket with his wife.
Yeah.
And
picked up some tofuti cuties.
They were picking up some.
Opie, you need some cuties? Tofuti cuties.
This guy will lean out from the 40th floor to fix a window pane. But man, his dessert choices are a little lame.
After I do that, I like coming in and having a little tofuti cutie.
So, well, let me tell you something though. Between the vegetarian chili, 3 bean. And then the tofuti cutie. Wow.
Just a mess.
Wow.
You open up the lid, it looks like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, no. It was I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Oh, no? Okay,
no,
good.
Decided to hang out for a while for whatever reason. Hey, why don't we play audio from this program?
Yeah, I want to find out what this is all about.
All right.
Thanks, Jim.
This seems like what happened?
I don't know. I just heard Jim making some noises from a certain area that wasn't his mouth. Could I have that Lysol, Danny? It's right there.
My stuff he knows.
Thanks. Yeah, and
Jim's blinking a lot.
This is for my unstuffy nose. I'm
my
just
left
going to spray a little Lysol.
It's a tickle.
Where
in the back of my head? That sinus drip tickle.
No, that tickle was probably your sphincter.
No, that was my my body gets very tense when I'm drippy.
We're the worst, man. We just had almost 2 weeks off. We had plenty of time to be sick during our time off.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Different kinds of offenders. Okay, listen to this.
Some people believe sex offenders cannot be changed. Some experts say not true. They say they're doing it right here in the Portland area.
Well, that's right. It's
right there in Portland. They're finally deciding to do something.
Right in Portland. Good for them.
Logging and curing sex offenders. What a great area of the country.
It right here in the Portland area.
Well, that's right. It's not the same treatment for every sex offender. The psychiatrist and the social worker behind this program in Portland say they divide things up between two different kinds. The predatory sex offender who is out looking to grab kids, and what they call the situational, someone who might have done a one-time molestation in, say, a home setting, which is considered to be less severe.
Oh.
And they say it's this second group, this less severe group, that responds very well to their kind of treatment.
The manipulative
why doesn't the first group
guy home setting? What the hell does that even mean?
Some creepy neighbor or something that someone that trusts him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. They should cure him with a bullet right to his forehead.
The smell of cordite. Boom. That's it. It's over.
By the way, someone is definitely lingering a little bit longer today. He writes, did the flu lady from Juneau make Opie sick? Damn her.
Oh.
I guess ducking down in my seat as she was sneezing behind me
didn't work.
Didn't prevent me from getting it. How many days does it take, by the way?
I don't think the CDC recommends just ducking to get out of the way of somebody's sneeze.
I played like bank robber too, though.
I don't think that works either.
Bank robber and
you ever see healthcare workers doing that?
Low in my seat. That should have worked.
Contagions. You ever see them just pull their shirt over their nose? You know why they don't do that?
Why?
Because it doesn't work.
It makes you feel like it might, though.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. How long does it take if someone's sneezing behind you at a movie?
A sneeze travels at well over 180 miles an hour.
Thank you, Anthony.
So I don't think you could cover up
in time.
In time, yeah.
Does the sneeze itself make you sick?
I would think so. Sure.
Why?
A lot of germs coming out of your nose.
Why?
Because you got all those viral germs.
Really?
Those little viruses shooting out of the nose. Oh, Jesus, don't sneeze. Just scared myself.
Jimmy, for the rest of the show, just make believe you're going to sneeze and look at it.
Oh, it's not that hard. I can feel a sneeze coming.
Isn't it easy to make it look like you're going to sneeze, but to actually do an authentic acting sneeze is hard.
Watch. Tell me if this makes you paranoid.
But you can go...
Tell me if this makes you paranoid.
Hold on. And then that's all you get. What a tool.
How's this? I put my finger up and I go, ah! Choo! I look around like everyone's scared.
Bravo.
That's very good coming from me. Yes, of course. All right, here we go. Let's find out more about the sex offender program here.
Spend an hour in this chair, alone in this room, and you'll feel sick, afraid, ashamed. That's just what the doctors want.
Opie and Anthony show. A guest.
Yeah, that'll make the intro to the show, huh?
Please. Oh, yeah, let me hear that again. That does sound like an intro for this show.
Do we have, like, Opie and Anthony? I'll do Opie and Anthony guy.
Spend an hour in this chair, alone in this room, and you'll feel sick, afraid, ashamed.
The Opie and Anthony show.
Perfect.
Spend an hour in this chair, alone in this room, and you'll feel sick, afraid, ashamed. That's just what the doctors want.
It worked very well. My arousal has gone down very much.
Oh.
Very much with
it.
You creep. Here, smell this. Here, I think this one might do it. Okay, look at this picture. Are you aroused? Yes. Now smell this. Okay. Next. Okay, I want you to take a whiff of this. Now, this is more of a subtle smell, but look at this picture. Yes, it's of a high school cheerleading team. And what are you feeling? All right, smell this. All right, there's two gone. Okay, one more. Okay, here, open up this Little yearbook. Now look. Yeah, you see that. Okay, it is the drill team, right? Now you're feeling. What are you feeling? Yeah, arousal. Okay, here. It's a very faint scent. Oh, what a creep that guy was. Feeling arousal.
My arousal. My arousal. Yuck.
Has gone down very much with that.
John was molested by his uncle and went on to molest his girlfriend's grandchildren.
The circle of life.
There it is. The circle of life. Oh, are we a bunch of ghouls? The circle of life.
Why don't we talk about that circle of life, huh?
I touched you, Simba.
Now you will go on to touch.
There it is.
All right, get that queued up. We're going to replay that.
Grandchildren and grandparents are standing in a circle like a bunch of elephants with their trunks.
People are suggesting I drink that airborne stuff. I don't know if that works.
No, emergency is better.
I don't even know if the creators know if it works.
They've sold a lot.
They sure have.
The Crying King.
Very good.
Was that Danny?
All right, E-Rock, you ready? Me and you working together. Here we go.
My arousal has gone down very much.
Arousal dazzle.
John was molested by his uncle and went on to molest his girlfriend's grandchildren.
Yes, certainly is.
I like turtles.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Ah, the circle of life. Yes.
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Is that supposed to be sexy?
All right.
It's in the hole!
Good old circle of life.
Yeah.
Very much with that.
John was molested by his uncle and went on to molest his girlfriend's grandchildren. He went to prison for more than 8 years. Now he's out and working to stay out.
The individual showed quite a significant rise in the penile trace.
Offenders like him put on this gauge, like a lie detector for their genitals, showing how much images
It's
of
lying. A lie detector. Come on now.
If it's false, a light lights up, and if it's true, you have to wipe the floor off.
I'm thinking more Pinocchio.
Oh, man. Okay, so you could picture what this thing does. Oh, look, a commercial for the Lion King. It's on television. What a coinky dink. Yeah, you could picture how this thing works.
Sure.
Ooh.
It kind of looked like a circular ring.
Sure.
And it looked like it was hooked up to a seismograph. And it would measure certain things.
Wouldn't that be intimidating enough where if you were shown something that you weren't supposed to be aroused by, that you're kind of thinking that?
I guess
don't
not
know.
for these guys.
Than? No?
Why are you asking?
Oh, it's the opposite effect. Well, Than was coming over.
Oh.
I like giving him a little preface like, Than. He's walking up to the mic, Than.
Wait, so what happens after you got this thing on?
Well,
they show you pictures, and then what happens? If you get,
I guess that gauges.
You get a reaction.
It probably gauges what we like to call the twitch. You know?
But do they zap you?
No.
They're using smells.
They're using smell.
Oh, we're not to the smell part yet.
No.
Oh.
Penile trace.
Offenders like him put on this gauge, like a lie detector for their genitals, showing how much images of children arouse them and how to stop it.
Women must just hate us. Like, this reporter having to do this is probably like, this is disgusting. We have to put a ring around men so they could gauge how aroused they are.
And then they show them like some pictures that you would get arrested for. These guys are getting like a free ticket.
Free show?
Free show.
It's probably not that graphic. I bet it's probably like really
frolicking
subtle.
pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures of frolicking.
Frolicking. 'Cause
Why is
these
he out
guys
of
are just
jail?
creeps. 8 years.
Well, he should still. You molest.
Of course he should.
Grandchildren. He should be. He's currently in jail, having his teeth kicked in. That's where he should die. Once you molest grandchildren, you should never get out.
There should be one smell therapy he's getting.
Yes.
And it's that awful scent of when someone's done.
Yeah. Or it smells like that hair product that certain ethnic groups will use as your face is in their pillow.
This just in. The gauge is just a pair of sweatpants.
Want to hear more?
Of course. We can't stop now.
He sees his arousal as it's beginning, and he can learn to identify the physiological changes, the feelings that go
Psychobabble.
along with very low levels.
Absolutely.
Babble.
Babble.
This guy needs something hooked up to him, and people need something hooked up to him so they could judge and gauge if this guy's being turned. If this guy even needs this, there's a problem. There's a problem.
They have the highest recidivism rate. They always reoffend.
Yeah.
They're just that you cannot rehabilitate kid touchers.
It's not. You know what?
You can't
gouge their eyes out.
No, because
then they cannot see.
Everyone, they can still like hold out candy and go, "Anybody hungry?" And someone will show up. They just shouldn't get out of jail.
People are trying to figure out what the smell is in the smell therapy. Let's go to Jared. Jared.
Hello. How you doing, guys? How about Iraq's breath? I think that would turn anybody.
Oh no, that's even though these guys are awful people. There is a line.
Yeah.
Cruel and unusual punishment is not allowed in this country, sir.
I love that they'll never forget.
Iraq, that's very hurtful that teasing me like that. I don't go for that. Thank you. Microphone.
Let's go to Jeff in Chicago. Jeff in Chicago, who used to listen to us on WCKG. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, man, that ring device that used it shows like a seismograph. That's the same thing that Bret Michaels used on Rock of Love when.
Yeah, they hooked Bret Michaels up to this thing.
Oh, to see if he was getting.
And then he had and then he had the girls like doing phone sex.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's it.
All right, so it's that. I guess you're right. I guess it's that device. So, all right, let's find out more here.
He sees his arousal as it's beginning, and he can learn to identify the physiological changes, the feelings that go along with very low levels of arousal, and intervene there.
Intervene with a sudden fright. Stop! With cayenne pepper in their mouths, with the smell.
What was that?
Tablespoonful of cinnamon.
But what was the stop?
Yeah, you say stop. In the name of inappropriate love.
It might have been just a soundbite for the. I think it was just a soundbite for the piece.
Oh.
There. Intervene with a sudden fright. Stop! With cayenne pepper in their mouths, with the smell of liquid roadkill so foul, some offenders become ill.
An association now of revulsion, fear, anxiety, aversion.
This is Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
This is a Clockwork Orange. Where they what a genius Anthony Burgess was to write this. They held him up. If you haven't seen Clockwork, they opened his eyes and they gave him an experimental drug, the Ludovico treatment.
Yes.
And they made him watch videos of violence and rape, and the drug affected him adversely.
Mm-hmm.
So in real life, when confronted with sex or violence, he would want to puke.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so that when he does see something inappropriate that arouses him, he will then link that with the roadkill and the cayenne pepper and not be aroused.
Will not work.
I don't think so, unless you take every child in his neighborhood and hang a dead albatross around its neck.
Yeah, you got the parents hanging roadkill from their kids as they go off to school.
How about this? If you don't know, like if you can't control yourself from molesting a kid, I don't understand how
Funny.
the taste of pepper is going to stop you. It's not going to stop you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I always wondered what one of these would taste like with a little pepper.
Let's say hi to John in Staten Island. Staten Island is it's a weird place in the New York area that we don't know much about.
Yes.
Really? What is this?
Staten Island, I think
Like
they,
land of the lost?
I think they do science experiments over there.
Oh.
Something's going on with Staten Island. I drive through it every once in a while, and it scares
Not very
me.
quickly.
It seems like the sun never shines.
One highway ass island.
It just the sun doesn't shine on Staten Island.
No.
Watch. Go drive there today. You'll see. Nothing but clouds.
Not really shining much anywhere today.
I know. That's why I picked today to do that bit. Good idea. John, what's up?
You know, all of this sounds just like the crap they did in the 50s with all the people that were gay. You know, electroshock therapy, this, that. It doesn't work.
How'd that work out?
Well, for me, it didn't work too well. But I don't know about anybody else.
Did they really do that back in the day?
Yeah, they used to talk the stupid things. You know, oh, my God.
Yeah, you know how they had to do that. Wow. We must try to cure the homosexual with smell therapy. Although the worse the smell, the more gay they got.
All right, John, thank you. Let's say hi to Scott in Boston listening on BCN. What's up, Scott?
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
Good
come on.
morning.
Good morning.
This lady sounds like the perv whisperer. You ever seen that dog whisperer show? Scott.
Yeah, she's like treating them like the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds just like the perv whisperer.
Like the dogs they are. All right, Scott.
Become ill. An association now of revulsion, fear, anxiety, aversion, so that the deviant stories and the deviant thoughts and the images of children or of aggression become a turn off rather than a turn on.
You know,
They learn other
excuse
skills
me.
too, and can carry their own bottles of rotting meat to help out when they're not at the clinic.
Oh, my God. Rotting meat. I need to smell rotting meat. I'm by a school. Shouldn't the aversion...
You're driving by, I know you're trying, since the visual, you're driving by the school, you're starting to get that urge.
No.
You're trying to get the lid of the jar
You
off.
open up your glove compartment trying to find your rotting meat vial. Shouldn't the aversion and anxiety have come from the 8 years you spent in prison?
Yes.
Shouldn't that be enough to make you think, hey, I shouldn't be doing this? Last time I did, I spent 8 years in prison.
Is this Portland, Oregon?
Yeah.
It figures.
Very open-minded, very liberal,
progressive.
free-form, kind of.
Try to cure the animal.
That's where you go for animal sex, too, by the way.
Portland, Oregon?
I think so, right? Isn't it Oregon?
Well, I'm gonna get there, I'll let you know.
Close
Pacific
enough.
Northwest. People love having sex with animals in the Pacific Northwest. Can I say that?
I think
I can.
I think at this point, psychology shouldn't be offered as a major in college.
Figures it's Portland. Just figures.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. Fans coming very close today.
Missed it?
No, it is funny. They get confused and pitch a tent every time they drive by a landfill.
Let's go to Jason in Carolina. Jason.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Love you. Love the show.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the movies they're showing these guys is 2 kids, 1 sippy cup.
Oh, wow. Funny. Very good, bro. Nice. A lot of Boston calls today. What's up with that? Go, Pats, go. What's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul R. Nelson's opponent funded that test. Linger longer.
Yeah, do we have that old Paul
Ooh.
R. Nelson commercial where he...
Accuses...
No, was he the...
Is he being accused, or was
No,
he
he was
accused?
accusing.
No, he was accusing. That's right, because Paul R. Nelson was the upstanding citizen.
He was accusing the other guy of the Eskimo stuff.
Yeah, paying for all kinds of
find that
sexual
commercial.
testing.
It's worth playing before we go to break here.
He even wanted to pay for electrodes. Remember that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we talk to John here? John says treatment videos help a lot as well.
This is the creepy guy with the
This
voice.
is the creepy guy.
Oh, ugh.
I've been waiting for you, child molester.
Staying out of prison is strong.
What was that?
That was a clip from one of these videos that they make them watch as part of therapy. It's just some guy in like a jail cell. He's like mopping, and he goes, "Hey, I've been waiting for you, child molester."
Child molester.
Oh my God.
Yeah. How does this work?
It doesn't.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't, because the guy goes to beat you up, and you're like, "I saw your movie," and then he likes you.
Yeah, you are great.
Hey, you're famous.
I really felt the fear.
I've been waiting for you, child molester.
Staying out of prison is strong motivation for John, who describes real prison much like this treatment video he had to watch again and again.
I know a dozen guys in here just cut your throat as soon as look at you.
While I was in prison, I was attacked by a group of people who didn't like sex offenders.
Yeah.
Oh, damn them.
This needs to be spiced up a little bit. Hold on a minute. Hold on, please.
Little spice, some cayenne pepper,
A little cayenne
perhaps.
pepper.
Liquid roadkill.
Yes. A little vial of dead meat,
I'm scared of you.
rotting meat. Of course, dead meat would be dead.
Yeah.
It was silly of me to even suggest that.
I've been waiting for you, child molester.
Staying out of prison is strong motivation for John, who describes real prison much like this treatment video he had to watch again and again.
I know a dozen guys in here just cut your throat as soon as look at you.
While I was in prison, I was attacked by a group of people who didn't like sex offenders.
Okay, all I see them use screwdrivers, ice picks, and a few handmade guns.
I have a steel eye socket, a steel cheekbone, screws in my face.
I'll be waiting.
My opinion on going back to jail is very much, it isn't going to happen, no matter what I have to do.
He and other sex offenders get extra intervention through these videos, alternating a fantasy story with horrifying images like castration surgery and a victim splashing a sex offender's face with acid. Now
Clockwork
John is
Orange,
through with his
yeah.
treatment. He believes he's reached a new stage in his life where he is healthy and happy,
cured, me
working
brother.
and paying taxes, but like an addict, always ready to watch for the need to intervene.
If you're not honest with yourself deep inside, then you can't make any changes.
Once you're molesting kids, you will always be a kid toucher. That's it.
There's no walking away from that.
He's doing
proof. It's been proven.
He's doing less time than guys who commit an armed robbery, where all of us could say go to a bank and rob it.
Yeah.
Those guys get more time than a guy who molests his girlfriend's grandchildren.
Yeah. How is that?
Well, there you go. I don't. Seems a little weird.
It will
Seems like
work.
You think that's working at all?
Yeah, until somebody who they do it on murders a kid. There'll be something like that, and then they'll just scrap the whole stupid progressive idea of rehabilitating these animals.
All that said to me, especially that creepy guy when he said, I won't go back to prison. I'll do whatever it takes. That doesn't mean sniffing roadkill. That means killing the child so they won't say anything.
Right, exactly.
That's the first thing that popped into my mind when that creep said that.
Know who I feel sorry for?
Let me think. Iraq.
No.
No?
Never. The roadkill on the side of the road.
Yes. Being just sniffed upon by some
haven't they suffered
aroused child
haven't they suffered enough?
creep.
They just want to cross
Yeah.
the highway.
Oh, much better now. Could you direct me to a dead squirrel, please? I'm feeling aroused.
I have an ache.
Yes, my sensor is going off. I need some rotting meat. I'm fresh out.
Wouldn't you just not shower ever?
Where do you get that, too? Do you have to get a prescription?
Isn't that a
They
dead
have that
giveaway
at
that
Rite Aid?
You're a pedophile? Pick up 2 vials of rotting meat. One of those.
Keep the kids away.
You're online at Dwayne Reed just whistling along to the music.
Yeah. I phoned in a prescription last night for the rotting meat.
Right.
Do you have that?
The guy in the back is trying to shove a squirrel into a pill bottle.
Just doesn't work.
This reminds us of an old clip for the people that linger longer. An anti-Ron Kind commercial by Paul R. Nelson.
Our favorite candidate. We were backing Paul R. Nelson, who, by the way, didn't have a chance in hell of winning. Yeah, our own fans wearing Paul R. Nelson's shirt today. What a coinky dinky.
Paul R.
Again.
Sorry.
Oh, no. What?
That was a dumb joke anyway.
Damn it.
All right. We're running late.
But you stopped.
We're running late, but Paul R. Nelson, this is how he was fighting his campaign.
10 years ago, liberal lawyer Ron Kind was elected to Congress, and he's done almost nothing in the Congress since. And that's a good thing, because just about everything he's tried to do has been wrong. Ron Kind voted to take the words "under God" out of the Pledge of Allegiance. He voted to strip the 10 Commandments from our public buildings. Ron Kind repeatedly voted for gay marriage and to force the Boy Scouts to accept homosexual leaders. He even voted to let illegal aliens burn the American flag. For Congress, Ron Kind is the wrong kind. The right kind of congressman is Paul R. Nelson.
Better music.
This former Marine is a father of 4 who supports Wisconsin values. Paul R. Nelson will work to stop illegal immigration, to end our dependence on foreign oil, to win the war on terror, and to defend traditional marriage.
I'm Paul R. Nelson, and I approve of this message.
I'm Paul R. Nelson. I forgot about that one. I'm Paul R. Nelson. He is fantastic, too. I love the music. It's like T2. Come with me if you want to live.
We miss Paul R. Nelson. Here's the one about the sex stuff.
With our servicemen and women facing death every day, what kind of congressman would try to gut military spending? The wrong kind. Ron Kind. That's right. Congressman Ron Kind is repeatedly voted to deprive our troops of the funding they need to fight for us. But Ron Kind has no trouble spending your money. He would just rather spend it on sex. That's right. Instead of spending money on cancer research, Ron Kind voted to spend your money to study the sex lives of Vietnamese prostitutes. Instead of spending money to study heart disease, Ron Kind spent your money to study the masturbation habits of old men. Ron Kind spent your tax dollars to study something called the bisexual, transgendered, and two-spirited Aleutian Eskimos, whoever they are. Ron Kind even spent your tax dollars to pay teenage girls to watch pornographic movies with probes connected to their genitalia. Ron Kind pays for sex, but not for soldiers. If Ron Kind had better priorities, you wouldn't be having to hear this. Ron Kind is out of touch, and soon he'll be out of Congress.
I'm Paul R. Nelson, and I approve of this message.
And meanwhile, Ron Kind won.
That's
by
right.
a landslide.
We still get our sex studies.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Paul Nelson got 9 votes.
I'm Paul R. Nelson. We talked to Paul R. Nelson.
He loved us.
Yeah.
He loved what we were doing for him, but it didn't help.
It didn't help at all.
Of course not, because no one's buying into the fact that that a guy would rather...
A guy's doing this, like instead of giving money to troops, like anybody would do that. Like anyone that wants to succeed in politics would do that. And I like that how he said in the other ad that he voted to let illegal immigrants burn the American flag.
Right.
It's like you don't quite vote for that.
No.
You vote for the freedom to allow expression of burning the American flag. It's a very controversial subject, but you don't vote, I want illegal immigrants to be able to burn that flag.
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Give me the 20 pens that I need to sign this bill.
I'm Paul R. Nelson, and I paid for this.
Paul R. Nelson's a douche.
I can't wait till those spots start up again.
Oh, no kidding. All right.
Love the election mudslinging.
Hey, during the break, someone on the show or associated with the show might have slipped there. Got engaged.
Yes.
Yep. And we'll reveal that next.
Wow.
On Opie and Anthony. Listen to what?
The ad, Paul R. Nelson's ad, because apparently it got dumped out of twice. So you people listening on terrestrial radio,
but that ad ran on TV.
I know it did.
It's a real political ad.
I know.
It's not a parody of a political ad that was put together for some wacky radio station. Truth, funnier than fiction. Just that ad run by itself as it ran on television. We didn't elaborate on anything. We weren't sitting here giggling because we know the rules. We sit with lawyers. We know what we're supposed to do and not supposed to do when we run a piece like that. It runs on its own merit. It's outrageous and funny enough to just listen to and laugh. So we're not going to chuckle and pick up on the parts that could get us in trouble if we elaborated on it. It holds its own. Why not just let it run? Why would a political ad that ran have to be dumped out of on our show?
Because
that's bizarre.
Because that's what white males want to listen to.
It's just bizarre to me.
We're fighting for our lives on regular radio and getting absolutely no help.
I'm not going to sit here.
It's amazing to me.
This is what guys listen to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and blame anyone or say what's this or that. But I just want an answer. I really want a logical answer that explains to me why a political ad that ran on television ad nauseum. Believe me, they played that over and over again.
Because they loved it. It was entertainment.
Why?
I think you got free ads.
I'm talking on TV.
But I'm saying, I think even the TV stations decided, wow, this ad's too good.
It's too funny.
I know they only paid for 10, but we got to play this 20 times.
Like, why? Is it real? And honestly, and I'm talking to anybody in management that's listening or lawyer that's listening, honestly, think about this honestly. Do you see a complaint coming in that would be entertained by the FCC of us playing a political ad that ran on television in the way we were doing it, in the proper way we were doing it, playing it and goofing on the ridiculousness of the commercial itself? The whole thing, the whole piece. We weren't picking it apart. Do you honestly think, based on all the previous fines that have been doled out over the years, that would be something that would be entertained?
Nope.
Just stop. We've all read the transcripts of stuff that's gotten people in trouble. It's not even close. Come on now.
Yeah, we're effed.
Well, you know what, though? I mean, because we are targeting males. That's who we kind of want to get to listen.
Yeah.
And I have fought very hard. And I found out that we are now allowed to say the word tushy.
Whoa.
Now, I don't want to get too many guys crazy, but we can now say tushy on the radio. Get ready for some edgy talk, fellas.
This just in, tushy's off the list.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez. She. I got to say it that way.
Shoshay.
She.
Shoshay.
You.
Idiot.
It. Suck. I don't know. Just bleeping everything I say.
It's safer that way.
Well, maybe we'll get to the bottom of that. Maybe we won't. Probably won't.
We never get to the bottom of any of this stuff.
Nope.
It's always vague. Oh, we should have dumped, or I'll look into it.
Well, yesterday the dump shouldn't have happened, and I guarantee you one of those shouldn't.
We'll have a meeting to see what we can work out, and then have to sit there and listen to why we can't do anything.
That was ridiculous, though. That one, there are even some things. I really take the other side on a lot of things. Not take the other side, but I really try to think of the other side when they dump certain things or tell us that we can't say certain things. And I really think about it. You've seen in the meetings that we've had with the lawyers, I sit there and I entertain what they say, and I really try to look at their mindset. There is no way that political ad we just played should have had anything taken out of it. I'm sorry, it shouldn't have.
What about the word being taken out of the rundown? Did they show the picture, at least?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. I understand the need for safety and the fact that the fines have been increased so much. They want protection from that. They want to protect the license. We've been known in the past to be very loose cannons, so they got to keep an eye on us. I understand all that, but take into consideration what we're doing, and really listen. If we're playing a political ad that aired all over television without a problem, and it's played in that context, and we didn't elaborate on any of the parts that could have been interpreted as dirty, then it should have just played. I defy anyone to tell me the FCC would have come down on that.
They never. I just had the same argument with the dump guy, and he was like, "Well, it's not a current news story." It's like,
doesn't matter.
Of course, it doesn't matter. Of course, it doesn't matter.
Did you talk to Tom too?
He has to listen to it. I talked to the guy that dumped it.
All right. Well,
there we go. That's our daily. Oh, what the hell did they dump? portion of the program.
And we'll move on to more edgy radio for everybody.
Yeah. We're going to make fun of, what group are we still out to make fun of?
White men.
Guys.
Dumb white men.
Yeah.
They're so stupid in commercials. You see the one where the woman's washing the windows and the guy's out back barbecuing and her girlfriend comes over and she points out the window like, there he is trying to do something, and he pretty much blows himself up doing the barbecue and set his own on fire. What a dumb white man. Oh, stupid white men.
Don't write any letters, guys. We're just joshing.
Oh, we're just kidding with you. Oh, they got the littlest you ever want to see, too. Oh, tiny little. There's nothing there. White men. They talk funny. They
drive.
walk funny. Oh, they can't drive. Oh, what dummies. They built things that sent people to the moon. Oops. That's Ronnie B's thing. I love that. Hey, yeah, we did nothing. Oh, that's right. We sent people to the moon.
But that is like doing nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't really accomplish
this day and
anything.
age. What they brought back some rocks.
What did we get? Tang out of that?
Yeah,
I think. You might notice though, I've turned the corner. I just don't care.
I appreciate seeing that.
I really don't care because I
like,
know. But I have to add this much because I know in the end we'll be just fine, no matter what happens. I don't care.
Well, don't get too edgy.
I don't care.
Don't we have an announcement to make?
They win. I have no more fight in me.
Steve from Bayshore, I really don't mind them doing some editing if the material is really questionable. I try to push it sometimes, but some of the things they take out are bizarre and unoffensive. Steve from Bayshore does the show rundown.
Right.
It's just a little odd. They're way overcautious. Yeah. And coming from us, I know they probably go, oh, look, they think it's overcautious. You're being overcautious. Relax a little bit. Relax.
We're trying to promote ONARadio.com, and then we get, like, watered-down versions of edgy stuff.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Can't be offensive.
Whatever.
Can't be offensive.
The more you tighten your grip, the more edgy material will squeeze through your fingers.
You guys know what you're doing, right? Yeah. Of course you do. Look at the ratings.
Star Wars.
It's obvious. Hey, we're going to play the bleep game. I guess we could still do this, right? Danny,
No, don't.
What?
It's telling people to read Steve's uncensored rundown at Meatspin. You wacky people.
Hey, we're doing the beep game. Danny put a nice one together here.
All righty. I love these.
Yeah, so do we. So do we.
So do we.
It's just terrific for everybody.
It certainly is.
Danny, what'd you do here?
Oh, I just found it. This is not my work.
Oh, really?
I wish I put it together, believe me.
Where's it from?
It's just one of those random internet videos that's going around. So I thought it was...
oh, my God. Nice. I thought you sobered up during the holiday.
Oh, my God.
This is amazing how good this thing is.
Why would I do that?
I was like, wow.
Must have worked for hours on this one.
Danny did some quick rehab over the break because his work has drastically improved.
How did he do that when he was playing Call of Duty 4?
I worked. I just not for this show. I worked for my alcoholism.
No, this really is funny. Here it is. Whatever. Doesn't need a setup.
You know that I am called the Count because I really love to. Sometimes I sit and all day, but sometimes I get carried away. I slowly getting faster. Once I start it's very hard to stop. Hey, faster, it is so exciting. I could forever until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love whatever the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the song of the Count. I the spiders on the wall. I the cobwebs in the hall. I the candles on the shelf. When I'm alone, I myself. I slowly getting faster. Once I start it's very hard to stop. Faster, it is so exciting. I could forever until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love whatever the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the song. Oh, the count. Hey.
Yeah, that's all right, huh?
Wow.
I like that.
Good one.
You all know what we're getting at, right?
No.
No?
I didn't get it, but some people seem to enjoy it.
Guy likes to count, apparently.
Yeah.
He sure does. Oh, why bother at this point?
Well, that's kind of racist, though, because the count, I think, is unfairly portraying a Transylvanian. And I want to apologize to any Transylvanian Americans that may have been offended by that.
That was Transylvanian?
I don't know.
Sounded like the Count was a little Jewish.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yata.
By the way,
I don't know.
Blue Healer from Kentucky writes, spiders should have been beeped in the beginning.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Anything with a ers ending is very funny to beep. We've learned that.
Yeah. Why don't we step aside for a bit? Who got
Radio.
engaged? Who got engaged?
That's what we got to find out.
Well, I didn't
now,
want
come on with this tease.
I didn't want to do it right after beating up corporate.
For such a...
I didn't want to take someone's thunder.
Yeah, so
we'll
it's
do it
an
after the
happy
break.
moment. We're looking at marriages and engagements with this show, and knowing what the divorce rate is
on the show.
On the show, there's a couple of people that they're getting divorced. Well, they have to. Statistically, it's just going to happen.
That would be Travis and E-Rock, obviously.
Are they married? They should be. It'd be less of a ruse than Travis is trying to pull off. Oh, we all know he's gay. Just stop already.
Travis, you almost got beat up at a Best Buy?
Oh, no, at an IKEA.
All right, we'll talk about that after the break, too.
Oh, hilarious.
Radio dial.
On your radio dial.
Hope you're hanging in there, having a good morning. Whatever you're getting ready to do.
Yeah.
Jimmy fighting our battles during the commercials. You must be tired.
Well,
you're getting a workout running down the hall at every break.
I will credit Tom. Tom said that it should not have been dumped, and this is the third dump in a row that Tom kind of backed. The whole thing's a mess, and I don't know what to do.
But they're throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just used to
baby
hear
Americans. Don't dump that.
Baby Americans.
Why did that become a saying?
Throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
That just means that somewhere in history, someone was dumb enough to do that.
To do that? Like,
where did the baby go?
No, what happened was somebody needed...
Oh, and
the sound effect helped, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Travis.
I got to hear this story.
Yeah, Travis almost got beat up or something at IKEA.
Yeah.
Who gets into a fight at IKEA?
Nobody except,
You're all fighting over that $100 couch.
Are you and your life partner shopping?
No, me and my wife.
Honey, a plastic coffee table. We need one of those.
We bought all of our
Do
furniture.
you get it? Their stuff is cheap.
It certainly is.
So you're at IKEA?
Yeah, we're at IKEA because we just moved into a new apartment.
So you got to go to IKEA.
Yeah, so we need everything.
Yeah.
It's the poor man's furniture store.
Yeah, it really is.
Where you put it together yourself with pins and twisty latches and not enough Allen keys.
That's all we did.
But it looked like wood on the box.
And
it's pressed wood.
Oh, the press board.
Press board, yeah.
Who hasn't yelled, "It's stripped! It's stripped out!" And then you got that one little latch that keeps turning and turning. Little screw.
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of those.
You got to watch that.
So we bought a lot of stuff. So we rented a U-Haul van to bring it back from Long Island because we went to the one out on Long Island. And so we're carrying all of our stuff out to the, you know how they have kind of like a loading area where you have to bring your car from the parking lot?
Oh, yeah.
And there's only certain amounts of spots. So a lot of people are holding spots, waiting, for somebody to go get the car. So we get all of our stuff out there, and I'm about to go to get the U-Haul. And this guy pulls in to the spot that my wife is holding.
Uh-oh.
And she doesn't... She likes to speak her mind.
She doesn't. She's not as diplomatic as she probably should be under certain circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the guy gets out of the car.
What'd she say to him? Like she's standing in the spot?
She's standing outside of the spot, kind of on the sidewalk.
We have what she said.
You.
So now she's outside the spot.
So
you're
she's
going
outside
to
the
get
spot.
your car. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm maybe 10 feet away, and then I hear her start telling this guy.
Can I stop you for one second? I hope the women that are listening right now are listening very carefully.
Yeah.
Because we're going to teach you something today. We're not as tough as you think we are.
Oh, look at me. I mean,
right. Go ahead.
Please.
Continue.
So she starts telling this guy,
Probably thought you were a lamp.
So she tells this guy, this is our spot where he's going to get the van. And he's like, I'm just going to be a minute. I'm loading my stuff in. She's like, that's what these spots are for, so that we can load our stuff in. You have to wait just like everyone else. And he's like, I'm just going to be a minute. And he's
Was he being rude to her?
He was being very short with her.
Well, the guy is being a tool. I'll give you that.
Well,
why would he pull in there if you're already waiting? You got to wait your turn.
Exactly. And she's like, look, see, other people are holding their spots. She's like, this isn't just something, we're doing.
Yeah.
Let me ask one quick question,
Yeah.
to devil's advocate. Was his stuff ready to go and he had his car there while you still had to go get yours?
Yes.
So maybe on a technicality you were right, but she probably shouldn't have engaged the guy if his stuff
You know why?
is right
Because
there.
there would have been a problem. Let me tell you something. Quickly. Won't interrupt your story at all. I was...
But you are.
No, I was online
Because he was in the middle of it.
at the bank one day, and this chick had a tongue. I can't say online at the bank anymore without thinking that. I was online at the bank, and some guy goes, I'm in a big hurry. Could I please just get in front of you? And I was like, all right. Worst thing I could have said. He goes to the window, 20 goddamn minutes. He's trying to cash drachma or something. And I'm sitting there. I could have been done. So no, you never let anyone in front of you. Ever.
No, I don't even mean that. I think you're right.
Shut up.
I'm only saying, though, because if he had his van there, almost like in his stuff in his van, like he was ready to load and go.
What if something was missing? What if something of his was broken? Now he's got to talk to the guy about this. No, you were in line. You were right. Of course, a little more diplomacy, perhaps, but
something was missing. Travis's muscles.
Any hint of masculinity.
You should have seen me trying to carry some of this stuff.
Oh, my God.
What, the styrofoam peanuts? The packing peanuts? The bubble wrap?
So everything's kind of fine. She kind of lets the situation go, and we kind of give in. Just let this guy do his stuff.
No,
and then
you
she
gave
says,
in. She didn't give in.
Well, she's the only one fighting. I personally,
But
couldn't
she
have
was
cared
hoping
Well,
less.
Travis is a man and he understands the consequences of dealing with other men.
Yes. So everything's fine until he turns around and she says, "Uneffing believable," and you could see in his eyes
the
he's
switch.
got that switch, and he runs up to her and gets about a foot away from her and starts pointing at her, saying, "Don't you, effing talk to me like that, blah, 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 blah." And
any good curses?
Yes.
You know what you need?
What?
A gun.
I do need a gun.
If you would have pulled a gun out on him, he'd have shut the F right up. Right up! He was threatening my wife with bodily harm.
Was he threatening her or just yelling back?
Doesn't matter. That close?
He was
threat. I perceived it as a threat. He was ready to strangle her. I had to shoot him in the head 10 times.
Yeah. You could tell that he was not the type of person that respected women.
Okay. Was he on the show?
Hello. Yes. I need my IKEA furniture, please. Listen, you.
So I jumped in the middle instinctively. Of
course. Instinctively.
Come on, I know. I'm 125
As what,
pounds.
prey?
Yeah.
Are you really 125 pounds?
I'm between 125 and 130. Yeah.
That's adorable.
Little
Cute.
guy.
Got a girlish figure. But so I jumped in his face. Because, it's your chick, you're not going to...
You have to. Now you've been put in a position.
Now you have to, because
should've
she
jumped
got
in front
you into
of
that position.
All right.
So I'm telling him not to talk to her like that, et cetera, et cetera. He's saying, he's saying she shouldn't even be talking to begin with. And she's...
Shouldn't be talking?
Yeah, and she's yelling at him, while...
Like the way he
I'm in front of
thinks.
her. Yes, she said she shouldn't be talking at all.
At all.
And she says, I'm a grown woman, MFer, blah, blah, blah. He's like, your husband's about to get his ass kicked, this and that. This guy is nuts. I see it in his eyes. I'm like, I'm going to get my ass kicked. He's like, he's going to knock me out.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I hate this guy. I don't agree with your wife's tactics
I hate
here.
this guy, too.
But I hate this guy. Because if you were a bigger guy, he wouldn't have pulled that crap. No effing way.
Yes, he would have.
Why? Was he big?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Wait
big.
a minute. Just tell me if I'm right.
No.
White guy.
Shut up.
Well,
why would you tell Jimmy to shut up?
Kidding. I love Jimmy.
No, he was.
All right.
So, I calmed the situation down. I assure him that I don't want any trouble.
Oh.
Because, come on, I'm not going to get into a fight. It's not going to be a fight.
Oh, your wife's not looking at you the same.
Not even because at the end
you gotta leave that situation bleeding, missing a few teeth.
Yep. Now you're committed.
No, believe it or not, the only thing she was upset about was that I got involved at all because she wanted to see if he was going to hit her.
Yeah. Here's exactly what happened.
That kind of would have been cool. Then, you could have had his furniture, too.
Yes.
That guy's a creep, you're right. He's a complete
He's a ghoul. He's a bully. An ass bully.
He is, but he's a nut. He's a nut, and I completely fault the woman for saying something. I like you. She's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I completely fault the woman because they get involved on a level. Like, that guy couldn't hit her. He wanted to hit her because he's arguing with her. So he's got to say, your husband's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah,
but
why did he have to say that? First of all, he's got no problem with Travis at that point.
He didn't.
Travis is stepping in defense of his wife, and then he's like, your husband's gonna, not even directing it to Travis, like, I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't keep her in line. It's, your husband's gonna get his ass kicked? How about my husband has a gun? Oh, you gotta get armed.
Well,
Armed citizenry. It's the only way, the Old West.
It keeps going. So
Christ, no.
So I calm everything down. I go in to get the last, truckload of furniture that we have waiting inside IKEA, and he's finishing up. He was actually very quick. He's finishing putting his stuff in his truck, and
good for him.
And my wife,
oh no,
God bless her.
Oh no. Okay, here's where it all turns around to completely her fault.
He's getting in the car. It's over, and she says, "Happy Chinese New Year."
Oh, okay.
And
that's nice. But it's not anywhere near there.
He was an Asian.
Oh, okay.
And he gets right out of his car again. And I turn to him, I'm like, what the F are you doing?
Oh,
he
no.
comes right back. He says, you really want a problem, don't you? And he's looking at me. He's not looking at her. And I'm like, I do not want a problem. I was like, just calm down. everything. I don't know what to say. Because
Absolutely, because you almost want to go ahead, do it. Do what you got to do, bro.
That just did not have to be said. I'm like,
No, you
what are
might have
doing?
had to just lay him out. You might have just had to accept the fact that your wife is wrong, but you might have had to just blindside him with a kick to the groin.
At that point, you close your eyes and hope for the best.
And just get that surprise shot. Because let me tell you, after part one of this, he didn't think you were going to do anything.
No.
So his guard's down. You come upside his head and just keep pounding. You have to.
Yeah,
you
he was,
left.
he was
Could you
pretty
go
upset.
back there and pick up your genitalia? Because you left it in the parking lot of IKEA.
I disagree. I don't think Travis did. Travis is a small guy. He's not coming off like a tough guy. The other guy was a jerk. But when a woman runs their mouth at a man, like they put you in that position, and they do it. Women do it. They run their mouth at men because they don't understand the consequences of dealing with men.
The way this guy dealt with that situation was wrong, though. As a man, whether he's a nut or not, is wrong. I've been in that situation with women. I told the story about the movie theater when that Hispanic woman went into battle mode because my girlfriend decided to tell her to go F herself because she was making too much noise.
They're quoting battle mode on instant feedback.
Battle mode. That's one thing because it's a woman and a woman, and they're yelling at each other. And both of us men were like, the guy just looked at me and went, well, she put her in battle mode. And I'm like, all right, it's two women. What are we going to do? But when a guy does something like that to a woman, whole nother story. You got to throw out the window any reason and logic on the part of maybe your wife was wrong and do everything you can to make sure she's okay and stick up for it, even if it means getting a punch to the face.
I agree with you, but like that guy was leaving. I'm not saying that Travis should let his wife get hit, but I'm saying like he didn't leave his genitals anywhere because that guy was leaving. He was going when it was all done. He didn't mother F you on the way out,
leaving feeling like he got away with something. Good for her. She should have done more.
So what happened?
If he felt like he was getting away with something, he would have crap talked him on the way out.
No,
but he didn't. He just left.
No, he
was nuts.
left. He left really wanting to kick my ass, but not. You know, and so she says that he comes back. He's every other word is he's just dropping F-bombs at you want a problem, I'm gonna kick your ass. This other guy now that was kind of like, you know how IKEA is kind of like a map where you go around, and everyone you're kind of going.
Never
with the same
been there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Poor person.
Well, this guy, this guy who we were kind of like shopping near the entire time. Now he's out. And so he is defending me now. He gets in this guy's face.
Oh.
And this guy just starts yelling at the guy who's defending me. He's like,
it's like
you
my
want
bodyguard.
Problem? Yeah, this guy was nuts. He was looking to just fight.
He was a problem.
Someone.
Yep.
Yeah. And so now he realizes that everybody's watching, and he gets in his car.
And also it's 1.5 versus 2.
Yes.
1.5.
Wait,
Thanks for the compliment.
Versus.
Oh my God.
All right, hold.
Oh my God.
Boo.
See, I should have went with 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
I got to go back to Betty. Bye.
Oh.
But I'm not even. I know, Travis, you got to defend your woman. You have to, man. But it's almost like the fact that a woman, and this is all women that do this, they would put their man in a position to have to be confrontational. Like, do you know nothing about the animal kingdom?
No, you're right. You're right. That should never be done. But once that line is crossed, you can't go back. You're past the point of no return.
Patrice told a great story.
Now
about
you
this.
got to be the guy.
Yeah, but he was the guy. It doesn't mean punching the guy because he did diffuse it. It got diffused. The
only reason it got diffused, and I'm sorry, Travis, is because Travis completely backed down to this guy.
So
the guy was in his face.
I don't want to get.
And then you get to the point where you're going, I don't want any trouble.
I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, I know you don't.
But look at me.
I know, and I'm sorry for your little waif-like body, but it's like at that point you can't think about, oh my God, what she did or said. You could yell at her when it's done. Oh, could you yell? But at that time, you gotta defend.
But he did.
But
he stepped in between them.
Why should I take a punch for
You
something
should
that
give a
she
punch.
said.
I completely
When that guy
agree.
starts with his effing and this and that and the other thing,
It's tough.
bam.
It's tough not to.
You were being
take a swing at the
assaulted.
guy.
Yeah.
Then she yelled something racist at the guy on the way into the car when it was over?
What?
Absolutely not.
She wished him a happy new year.
That is true.
What the hell? That was kind of nice. What's she supposed to know what day that is? It was our new year recently. What the hell shouldn't she say that?
Women have that protective thing of men are not supposed to hit us. They deep down never believe that they will. They don't understand what they think they do, but they really don't. They don't.
Chivalry.
There's our
and
music.
honor.
I don't think Travis lost his. I think he did the right thing. He stepped in.
Oh, we lost that years ago. I'm kidding.
I wanna apologize to Than. Travis blew up his spot.
Oh,
congratulations. We're going to XM. Have a nice day.
Yeah, good luck to you.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
There was a lot of speculation. What was that? Oh, well, you're not feeling that good. I'm not feeling that good. People are like, I bet you they're going to blow off XM today.
No. Just got back from vacation.
Might go home a little early, though.
I shouldn't chew gum. I shouldn't chew gum on the air.
Oh, I'm eating apple. It's lovely.
And eating is one thing.
And I got a lozenge in my throat.
I'm ready So slurp down my smoothie. Although, is someone else getting it, Kenny? Oh.
Travis's story got us all talking during the walkover.
Certainly did.
And I agree with Jimmy wholeheartedly that that would probably cause a little rift between you and your girl. But on the other hand, I think, I don't know, as a guy, you have no choice. You got to go into freaking fight mode.
You wanna keep from having to do that up until the point where you cross that boundary, where the guy then confronts your chick. Then you're obligated as a guy to step in and defend her. You could use diplomacy at the very beginning to see, like, hey, what's going on here, kind of thing, and maybe that will sort it out or help to bring it about a peaceful ending. But if the guy's in her face, pointing from a foot away, yelling at her, and you gotta punch him.
Well, also,
it doesn't matter who's right or wrong.
Also, add that the guy got in Travis's face and said something like, "You really want a problem."
Yeah.
So,
Travis, I know what you guys are saying, but Travis did step in front of his girl. He stepped in front of his girl.
Yeah, but stepping in front of, and then the guy threatening him like that, it's and the only thing, Travis he backed down enough where the guy was like, all right, I'm satisfied. I showed him. You can't let him walk away like that. That guy should have been decked on the friggin' pavement in the IKEA parking lot with his cheesy furniture sitting up on the loading dock.
I disagree, because the guy was obviously, like, you know how you pick up a sense the guy was a problem. There was something, like, he was like one of those guys that was going to snap. And it's almost like you always read stories, and this was an avoidable confrontation.
Yeah.
You read stories about people that get shot over parking spaces.
Sure.
Or stupid Travis would be laying there with a busted jaw, missing teeth.
But he would
and then
still
his
have a
wife-
sex life.
But then his wife's going to go, well,
But then you sure have something to hold over her head. Go, look at what I did.
yeah, then you feel worse. Like, I tried to stand up for my girl, and I got the shit beat out of me. At least this way you stepped. I think Travis did the right thing, because it's not like she said, "Sir, could you do something?" and then the guy motherfucked her. That's different. That's 100% different. Where your rage should come up, or you should be in fucking fight mode. But it wasn't like she was being polite and said, "Hey, look," like the guy actually, even though he was maybe being a dick, like, "I'm just gonna be a minute," and whatever, was running in, and Travis didn't even have the car yet, and that guy was a fucking problem, because the other guy stepped in and the guy didn't back off. He was like one of those guys,
right?
Who the fuck knows what's going on with him? It's like, you gotta think that you're dealing with other men, and the woman provoked it to that point. And then the guy's going to leave, and he didn't point at Travis and say, "Fuck you, fat." He didn't say anything, right? He was just getting in the truck to go. He was done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're on. Oh, poor Travis.
Yeah, you're on. You nervous Nelly.
No, I'm not nervous.
Oh, poor Travis.
In 3 years, I'm not nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she...
yeah, you're not nervous.
He was...
Shut up.
No, I want to make sure that I get this story correct, because apparently I missed a little part.
Okay. Clear it up.
Where he came back and started...
With nunchucks?
And no.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Good. Now I forgot where we were.
He came back and started with her again while I was inside the IKEA.
Oh.
And
now why the fuck did he do that?
I was inside the IKEA.
This little dick motherfucker that just had to have a big day for himself over at IKEA.
And I come back
Fuck
out.
you.
I come back out, and he's getting into his car, and I said, you really shouldn't talk to women like that.
Yeah.
And he got back out of the car and tried to, the guy was a problem, like Jim keeps saying. He was looking for a fight. So he keeps, motherfucking me, telling me I'm going to get my ass kicked, et cetera, and the situation calmed down again. I don't know how I calmed down the situation, but, like, I didn't want to get into a fight because...
He didn't either, actually, or he would have just punched you in the face.
Exactly. Bruce Lee or Odd Job? What body size?
Probably more Bruce Lee.
Yeah?
Yeah, way more Bruce Lee.
This is a culture that shrinks their women's feet. So
Right.
a woman back-talking him, that's I'm not
Exactly.
saying that he's not a cunt. The guy probably should be backed
The guy
over.
was fine until she cursed at him. Like, she didn't say anything, like, until she said unfucking believable.
Yeah.
He was fine.
And he didn't say, hey, she didn't say, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
She just, the situation, unfucking believable.
She just said unfucking believable.
And then he's got to get out.
Said, what did you say? And she said, it's just unbelievable how some people are in this world.
You want to hear a funny story?
Well, how are you doing? He's in the middle of the story.
Ready for you yet?
Kenny,
sit there,
don't
hold
worry.
tight.
I got it. All right. There's a
Let
reason you
it
said.
be direct.
Don't worry, we'll get to you. You dope.
Hey, but I gotta get the smoothies.
Like the smoothies are the most important
Well, the
thing.
fans are downstairs freezing.
Well, have Paul go grab him. He's not doing anything else.
Clubside Kenny is an OCD freak, and he's got a list of things that he just
I know,
constantly
and
needs
he's
to check
freaking
off.
out.
And the longer he waits between checking off stuff, he gets freaked out.
Yeah.
And makes him babble and fuck up the whole timing of a radio show.
Yeah.
Kenny.
This big story.
I was like comic relief.
No.
Without the comic.
And it wasn't relieving at all.
Go ahead, Travis.
Right.
What were you saying before man interrupted you?
She said that he had spoken to her when you were inside.
Yeah. And I came back outside, and he was getting into his van, and I told him that he really shouldn't talk to women like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he got back out of his van and got back into both of our faces, and he said she shouldn't be talking at all. And then she said,
all.
Yeah, and she said, I'm a grown fucking woman. I'll talk whenever I want.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want. I'm a grown woman. Which, she's right. When he said she shouldn't be talking at all, then I knew what I was dealing with.
Oh, maybe he said that because she's Canadian.
Maybe. Good point.
Why didn't you punch this guy, really?
The guy needed a fist in the face. I'm sorry, Jimmy. He needed to be blindsided when he was talking and thinking he had it all. Because it looks to me, was he in a posture that looked like he was going to punch?
Absolutely.
You should have fucking wailed him. Just wail him right in the fucking ear. Just so he goes bong.
Take your plastic.
Ring his bell.
Plastic furniture and hit him over the head with it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not saying you're wrong. Maybe I should have.
No, I don't think you should have at all. No.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's macho to say you should have.
No,
and if
I know.
a guy is
You're
physically threatening your woman, you absolutely you should bite him. I'm not saying that you shouldn't ferociously defend the person you're with, but in that situation, I would be so angry at my girl because if the guy
that guy was acting like a douchebag,
because
that more important than they were. He was more fucking important than they were to get his furniture first. Fuck him.
You're right.
Fuck everybody that thinks like that, too. You're more fucking important. Go fucking screw, man.
You're
that
right.
guy needed a punch before anyone said a word.
You're right. But
Douchebag.
you're looking at it from the point of view of like, I don't want to be bullied either. But that guy, if a guy is a fucking a problem, and there are people in the world that are just
Everyone's
like
got
that,
problems.
Travis did the right thing. Because he would have been laying in the hospital probably with a broken jaw. It's
Maybe.
stupid.
Or the other guy would have been sitting there going, ho, 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 with his van spray painted with fucking symbols no one understands. I hope his grandma gets hit crossing the street somewhere on Mott.
That's
hitting a very personal thing for
They're
Anthony.
constantly getting run over up there, down there.
Kenny, do you have a story?
Oh.
Hey, funny you should ask. It's kind of anticlimactic, though, after his terrific story.
Well, climactic, but
Yeah.
climactic.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
like Excedra over there.
Me and Jimmy.
Ephedra.
Me and Jimmy had a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Where Jimmy played the role of the woman.
Go ahead, please feel free to let's get this one out on the table. Go ahead, go.
Oh shit!
Go ahead. I look forward to this one.
Shit. Jimmy's winding up.
Oh, no, go ahead.
All right, this story has some legs.
Yeah. No, we were at this club, and Jimmy's been playing these like small Adelaide
shit
places.
houses.
Yeah. To work on all his new material. He's got an hour of great material now since his HBO special. So we were leaving this place, and there was a pizza delivery guy parked in the fire lane, blocking us in. All right. I tried to pull out. I couldn't pull out. I tried again. I couldn't pull out. So I go into place to look for the guy. I find the guy.
Hold on, it's in between shows, and we're going to go back to the hotel for a little while. I like to go back, relax for a bit, and then come back for the late show.
Sure.
So we're on a time schedule.
Right.
Yeah, the sooner you get back, the more time you have to relax.
Yes, in between shows.
Understand?
So I go into place, I find a mope, and you got to realize, like, it's like a 40-year-old loser, probably like lives at home with his parents, minimum wage,
Fat.
delivering pizza. Yeah, fat, ugly.
And nobody.
Exactly. Stuck in this, shithole of a town.
Just miserable.
Yeah.
That went to Jimmy's show.
No, he was delivering pizza.
Delivering pizzas.
To the hotel. I was working in the hotel. I was delivering pizza.
Yeah. So I go look, pal, could you do me a favor? You know, you block. He goes, I'm not blocking anybody in. So right away he's like arguing.
I'm not blocking. No, you are.
I go, yeah, I can't get out. Could you just, are you done? Could you move? And he's insisting he's not blocking anybody in. So like, probably nobody even like talks to this guy other than like give him the address to deliver a pizza.
Sure.
So now like he's got an audience and he's got a little bit of the upper hand. So, like, he's busting my chops like, I can't believe I'm not blocking anybody in. I know I'm not blocking anybody. I go, look, you're blocking me in. So I'm just, like, letting him ramble on because we're walking, like, we're making progress, right? So we get out now, and now he proceeds to show me how stupid I am that I can't get out.
Instead of just moving the fucking car.
Right. So Jimmy's sitting in the car waiting, all right? And all of a sudden, you know, he just starts screaming at the guy out of the window. Like,
I'll tell you why. You're forgetting one line here.
Right.
Okay, but I'm the woman. Meanwhile, this cuckold has been fucking knocked around by the fat pizza guy. I'm in the truck, and I can see the guy's on nobody. It's not like, because Kenny could murder the guy, and that annoyed me, too, is that this guy is talking to a guy of Kenny's side with that phony fucking feeling of protection.
Yeah.
Like, he won't hit me because we're civilized. And Kenny was being polite. And then I hear the guy go, well, how could you not back out? I mean, you're a man. I could see if you were a woman and you couldn't back out, but you're a man, aren't you? That's what he said. And I'm like, would you move the fucking car? I screamed from the passenger. But it wasn't like he was some big guy that Kenny was trying. He was a fat nobody who was shit-talking Kenny.
Yeah.
And it annoyed me. I never shit-talk with bigger guys around me, and I was so aggravated. And the guy's like, don't curse, I won't move the car. And I'm like,
that car will fucking move.
Fucking car.
That's what I said. I'll run this thing. I'll run it over.
I was so aggravated.
Oh, I hate people.
And the bottom line is, so the guy moved the car, and then me and the guy just started screaming at each other. But I wasn't out of the car in the guy's face. What's he going to do? I mean, I knew he was going to do nothing. And then it
just call
annoyed
him
me.
a fat fuck.
Yeah. I think I did. Right? I screamed at him again. Like, fuck you.
Because then the guy's yelling at me like, if he doesn't shut up, I'm not moving.
But it's not like the guy was being polite and I was just yelling at him. When he said to Kenny, well, if you were a woman, you don't know how to drive. I wanted to fucking smash him. So nobody was that. So I'm being the woman. I'm like, will you untuck your dick and tell him to move that fucking car?
Kenny has a weird sensibility about him.
Because you can kill the guy.
Yeah, he lets people, like, when we're driving in the morning, I see people do ridiculous stuff with their cars, cutting us off, and Kenny's just like, oh, look at that guy. I'm like, look at that guy. Get out and beat him up.
Kenny has a murderous confidence.
Yeah.
Because he's armed. Like, I don't, like, when I'm with Kenny, it's good to have him there and stuff, but I don't fucking.
Is it really?
No, I mean, personality-wise, it's horrendous.
Right, all right.
It's like dragging a bag of fish around.
Thank you. Let's finally put it on the table. Is he really
for
that much fun to be around?
No, not at all. It's like bringing, it's like
if you need a cough syrup, he's great.
He's the man.
But to actually have a one-on-one conversation with about something going on with in your life,
I agree. I should
talk
be
to a wall.
I should be seen and not heard.
But did I ever start a fight with anybody on the road? Did I ever?
No.
See, no. And I'm with a big guy who's armed, and I still would never. But that little fat guy.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And I wouldn't put Kenny in a position where he had to get into a fight for me, unless the guy started. Like, if that was a big guy and they were having that discussion. I mean, I know what Kenny can do. I would have just I never would have shit talked. But I saw he's this little fat cunt.
Yeah.
And it drove me nuts.
So Kenny, sorry, I know you're. Why was Jimmy the woman?
No, I was just saying because like he was yelling and antagonizing the guy when like I was making progress with the guy.
Progress? No, the guy didn't deserve for you to make progress.
You don't make
his
any
big
progress.
threat also is I won't move my car. It wasn't even like I'm going to kick your ass or his ass or something. I won't move the car. That's when you just go.
Or lift up your jacket for a split second.
Because I'm not ending up in jail.
Not allowed to brandish.
You know, I could have beat that guy to death.
But who's looking?
Yeah.
And it comes from the school of who's looking.
And we knew Kenny could beat him to death. And that guy, whatever he was doing, that phony I fucking hated him for that because Kenny wasn't being rude to him.
Yeah.
I mean, as polite as Kenny, because the guy was wrong. Instead of just going, wow, this guy's 6'6", and fucking borderline retarded. No offense, but people who don't know you think you're retarded.
Yeah.
It's like Lenny from Mice and Men going, could you move your car?
It was the battle of retards because that guy was obviously, you know,
it was
a
probably
little touched.
something wrong if he's
and I think
40
it's-
delivering pizzas.
I think people think that because of the small head, Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got...
It comes to a point almost.
I got a very small
If you had-
head because I got very little brains in them.
If you had a shaved head, it would be a little creepy for everybody.
Yes.
The hair makes it look like it's a little bigger up top.
Yeah.
I just don't
But
like...
that's what drove me nuts, was the way that guy was.
I don't like people that are phony bullies. It's phony bullies.
I agree.
Bullies are one thing. Bullies, you can't really fuck with. You're going to get your ass handed to you.
Absolutely.
And usually it's mano-y-mano kind of a thing. You know, it's a situation that happens. When your chick is involved, like I said, all bets are off. You got to do what you got to fucking do.
But it's not like the guy touched her.
Well, why don't we get...
Close enough, dude. Close enough to fucking spit rice in her face.
But dude, I've been that angry at somebody. Like if some woman was doing that and I was in a rage for some reason, man, I would want to yell at her.
Why don't we get Travis's wife on the line?
Okay.
No,
Lisa, ask Lisa if Travis is leaving something out.
Oh,
Hey.
what, Aunt?
I'm going to go get the
I thought you-
smoothies.
Would you... no, it's Mike Cole saying menacing is a crime.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Menacing.
Lisa,
Yeah.
what do you got to add to this whole thing?
Okay. What do I have? Oh, what do I have to add? Oh, sorry, it's loud in here. Okay. Nothing. I was just gonna say, like, this guy was right up in my face, and yes, I did yell at Travis. I'm sure he mentioned, because I wanted to see if he was gonna do anything. Like, he literally, like Ann said, spitting rice in my face.
Well, hold on, sweetheart. Right there.
Wait, you said
When
you yelled
said-
at Travis too?
Yeah, because she didn't want me to get involved.
Right.
She wanted to see if he was
okay.
going to
So
hit
what
her.
she just said, I wanted to see if he was going to do anything. So now what she was doing is she is testing another man. And at what kind of position does that put Travis in? He has to jump in, and he did.
But this isn't at the point. She didn't get out of the car going, I'm going to test the guy today and see if I could get punched. He already had started his fucking phony bullshit with her.
Exactly.
But Lisa, when you were pushing him, like, did you not read the fact? Like, because Travis saw the fact that the guy was a problem. And there are men that are there's like weird things. Like, the guy was obviously a fucking, he was fighting the urge to probably do something really stupid.
Yeah, although Travis didn't have a chance to see that he was a problem until he was already a problem.
Right.
Like, this all happened very quickly. I was, really polite. Like, I went up to the car and I was like, sir, we're waiting for this spot. We're going to pull in. And, he starts flipping out right away. Like, within 10 seconds, he was in my face, and Travis was, like, probably about 25 feet away getting a cart to bring over. So he abandoned the cart and came running. Like, there was no time for, like, assessing what
Lisa,
this guy was going to do.
Was he in your face at first, or did he say, I'm just going to be a couple of minutes, and then you were kind of like, when you said unfucking believable, then he got kind of crazy?
He was about 20 feet from me when I I was kind of looking in Travis's direction because he was further than the guy. And I just went, threw my arms up and I was like, unfucking believable. And then he comes running back at me with his finger out.
So that's none of his fucking business right there.
Of course.
She's addressing Travis.
And
like,
I'm not saying the
this
guy's-
situation is unfucking believable.
I'm not saying the guy's not a prick
he
either.
comes in with his finger pointed in my face, and he's like, you don't fucking say that. You don't fucking open your mouth. You don't fucking talk like that. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm a grown woman. You don't tell me how to talk, sir. Like, what are you kidding me? And then he got even, more in my face.
Here's something else
Jumped in.
I don't think Jimmy understands, because you're a peaceful guy. You don't...
Peaceful? Are you kidding me?
No, you're...
Wow. That was a very big misinterpretation.
I've never heard
Are
any
you under the
physical...
influence right now or something?
I've never heard any physical violence
No,
with you.
that's stupid.
You don't get in fights with people and stuff. So you saying that this guy's a problem and you don't deal with people that are problems. You being you, anyone that comes up to you and wants to fight you is a problem. Because you don't put out this vibe and you don't make situations where people that aren't problems are going to want to hit you. So it's almost inconsequential to say the guy's a problem. If a guy is fucking in your wife's face yelling, he's a problem. But that's just the way these people are.
I don't mean just a problem like that. Because again, don't forget, I mean, on a nightly basis, you fucking make snap judgments when dealing with people, like when they're talking or heckling. Like immediately, you're sizing people up, and you get a really weird feeling. Like, is there a violence potential? Because then you got to turn your face this way and have something thrown at you. So you're always, personally, I'm always dealing with people, and you have to make very quick decisions. And you kind of know that this guy's for real, and this is going to get fucking ugly. So I'll attack a certain whatever. So to me, a problem is not a guy that reacts aggressively when you're arguing. A problem goes beyond that. Like a guy who is looking for something. Like, I'm not talking about just two people being pissed off at each other. I'm talking about like what he saw, which and I believe that he saw.
Eyes.
There's something in the eyes which is just beyond it. Like you fucking.
You
like
saw
that,
the eyes?
That,
If I can jump in for a second, I don't even think this guy was like intending to be a problem when he started. I think it was more that he was on the defensive. Like he knew he was doing something wrong to piss somebody else off, and was just like got very defensive about it. Because I mean, at one point, when he came back and started harassing us again, he had his key in his fist, like ready to attack Travis.
Oh, the old key in the
means
fist
he couldn't
gag.
fight Travis.
I didn't see the key.
Hey, Lisa, I got to ask this
Pull out a
question
bat.
because I really don't know the
Eat
answer
that.
to this because I haven't been in that situation. But as a woman, were you hoping Travis was going to punch this guy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Because, I mean, baby, I love you and all, but Travis
I've
is
already
the
said
biggest guy.
What do you think? Okay,
wait, go ahead.
Anyway, I was going to say Travis isn't the biggest guy, so I kind of felt more confident in like taking a hit if need be because.
Oh wow!
Then you're mad taking the guy on.
Oh, is that?
Did you hear that, Travis? I hope you did.
I heard.
Let me explain. There's a
Wait,
very
let's slow down.
good
Ann,
reason
can you explain to Travis just in case he doesn't understand what we
Well, your wife is saying that she's better suited to take a punch than you.
No, there's a good reason
Pretty
why.
much what she said in
Men are
plain
a squabble.
Canadian.
And now that explains the beard that you have grown.
It's two men
The
in a
very
squabble,
full,
and they get into
I
a
look
physical
tougher beard.
argument. There's nothing. Like, it's two guys fighting, big deal. But if a man and a woman are in a verbal squabble and the woman gets hit, that's a big deal. That means other people are jumping in.
Well, that is true. I will give you that.
Yeah, but your husband jumped.
I get to sue his ass, and I can
See,
use the money right now.
To me,
So-
right now, what you're doing.
I was shopping at IKEA.
I think Lisa is giving a nicer version because she's calm now. But I think that when you're arguing with a guy like that, and it's not just, I think you're putting him in Travis in a very bad position that could be avoided, that easily could be avoided.
By giving him his parking space, being shit on and stepped on by a bully,
but it's not that.
by
No,
a
man.
fucking bully who had a bad day because his
No.
cunt fucking wife is at home and he's got to go to IKEA and pick the shit up himself.
Oh, wait,
Fuck
the best
that
part. You
asshole.
I do agree with
Fuck
you.
him.
But I agree with
His
you.
wife was actually there too.
Oh,
Well, what? You guys should have
gotten in her
a
face.
tag team.
Well-
you should have taken on the wife.
Yeah.
We didn't see this.
In a tag team match, we're going to IKEA, and you're gonna catch hell. No chance in hell. That's right. Sukiyama is gonna be in his van with IKEA furniture. It's an IKEA match.
Lisa, you
And
realize
the Canadian bruiser, Lisa.
you put Travis in a little danger there, right?
Little bit.
No. Anyway,
Little bit. Maybe a little bit. Little bit.
A little bit.
Well, she said it. She said at the end, she's like, "I understand that you jumped in. I didn't want you to, but at least she understands that instinctively that's what a guy
Of course.
has to do."
And saying Happy Chinese New Year, I mean, that's just, like, I know, Anthony,
Funny.
you're right. The guy is a piece of shit. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with that. That's irrelevant. But if the guy's a fucking problem, he's this and he's wrong, it doesn't matter. When a guy pulls out a pistol, it's like people have this
That's
really
a different story.
People have this veil of I'm going to be safe, and I'm not saying you can't fight if you have to fight, but when it can be avoided with a guy that you sense is a real problem, why wouldn't you avoid it?
Because I hate the thought of them leaving thinking they fucking
Jim.
won one over
I
on
agree.
you.
Jim,
Jim,
That's
I
exactly
can't
what I said.
fucking. I will for a month. I'll be biting my own fucking
what
cheek.
she said.
I agree. But you know what? I would rather have that than how many stories have you read about just guys that pull out pistols?
I mean, God bless you, and you're not wrong, but man, when you're in that situation, it's really tough to take
Better
on your
draw
on your
fast,
philosophy.
motherfucker. Better draw
Like
fast.
I slammed that guy's door in the cab, a week or so ago. He could have had a gun, he could have had a knife, but I was so enraged that, the smart thing would be to walk away. I will not disagree with that, but when you're in that situation, you're like, I gotta fucking do something now.
I'm not, but he did the right thing, and then nothing happened. I'm not a pacifist. I'm not saying you don't fucking fight a guy if he's in your woman's face, but I'm saying she, I think, was being very aggressive and pissed. Okay, fine, she hasn't taken any shit, but not reading that guy well. Like, not being perceptive enough to read what that situation was.
Something happened. Bully went home feeling he won.
Exactly.
So he can bully another day.
But a bully, he might have done that. He might have done that to a guy who was 6'5". That's what I'm saying. Like a guy who's a problem is not really looking to pick on someone smaller. Like because what he was doing, like he was threatening the man. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? He might have done.
I agree with you, but at the same time, like when that other guy jumped in at the end.
Oh, he went after him too?
Yeah, he went right after him too. He would have taken on everyone.
That's what I'm saying. This is not about right and wrong. This is not about being a man. When's the last time anybody in this room had a fight? You avoid it when possible. Like when you're driving, you think I don't want to fucking run people. I had to bite my arm one time because I wanted to run somebody over. I physically wanted to run them over. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's not about, hey guys, walk away when you have to. But I'm saying is when your woman is arguing with a guy who she's not understanding what the situation is. I'm not talking about what your woman.
I fully understood what the situation was, and believe me, I didn't fight to my full potential either. Like I toned myself down. I'm a hothead. I can't help myself.
Okay, but you're saying like what?
Travis.
You're saying what I wanted to see what he would do.
Poor Travis.
That's that veil of protection that pizza guy had when talking to Kenny. That's that veil, that weird veil that people have where they think nothing can happen to them. And it's like, people get shot over shit. Like that guy, did he understand who he was fucking shit talking?
No.
Like when he was talking to Kenny?
Could have disassembled him right there.
It wasn't about that guy's brave enough to fight Kenny if he's in a rage. It was about that guy thinking he had some kind of a protective fucking shield in front of him. It's like when, it'd be like... It's just...
Yeah, people do in real situations, when it's not a movie or some article you're reading, they do think that they're impervious.
That's what I mean.
But there are certain situations where that takes a back seat.
You're right.
And
You're right.
And before the confrontation, obviously Lisa shouldn't have mouthed off to a nut.
Right.
But once it happens... You're past the point of returning back to her not saying something. So now you're in a new situation. You're in defense mode.
Yes.
And you're in, this guy is a fucking asshole, and if there's an inkling he's gonna punch me, you gotta get him first.
I agree. I completely agree. But what Travis saw was a fucking guy who was a problem, and then you're in defense mode, of course, but like, why not diffuse the situation? Because first of all, it makes if the guy...
By apologizing to this cunt that wanted to fucking...
But he didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize.
He didn't apologize. He just diffused the situation.
Saying, sir, I don't want a problem with you and stuff is...
No, I didn't apologize for my wife. I didn't say, she shouldn't be talking like that. You're completely right,
Yeah.
He just diffused what could have been a violent situation against him that he would have lost. No offense, but he probably would have lost that situation. Because that guy was in a rage and he wasn't.
Let's go to Carl in Jersey. Carl, what's up?
Hey, what's happening? I walked over with you guys one day. It was just Jimmy and Kenny and Anthony. And a cab got real close to Jimmy's leg. And Jimmy spit either on the front of the cab or in front of the cab. And it's like, tell the guy, what are you going to do? What? Come on. And the guy inched the cab a little forward towards his knee. I just wonder what would have happened if the guy would have just stepped on the gas.
Well, okay, maybe I did something stupid. All right, I'm not saying I've never been guilty of it.
Oh, and what if that guy would have just punched Lisa right in the head and just drove away?
But that's the point I'm making, too, is that you, in a weird way, like, if he would have knocked Travis out and then punched her, it's almost like it's an avoidable situation with a guy who's a fucking nut. And if you send somebody's a nut,
So send him off to be a nut to other people, too. Fuck it.
But it's like, what's the, I mean, aside from the emotion, because I feel the same way you do. Fuck that.
What's the point? Not going home with your stomach in a knot that you didn't fucking punch this idiot, that you didn't leave him sitting on the ground. Sitting on the fucking parking lot of IKEA on the ground with you driving home in your van laughing with your chick instead of him laughing with his fucking bound foot chick as they laugh about how they got away with fucking, no one pulls one over on me. Look what I did. Fuck him. Leave him bleeding. Fight dirty, too. Kick him in the balls and then bite his ear off.
See,
fuck him.
Ant's a small guy. Ant's a small guy and has dealt with these fucking bullies.
Dude, I'm huge.
Well, now you are.
Look
You
at my
got guns.
pipes.
He wouldn't have said this before he started.
But no, but
working
I'm
out.
saying this is Anthony's got that.
I got roid rage.
He's
now.
got that
That's
rage,
right.
man. He's got
Roid
that
rage.
fucking, he's not going to ever be bullied again. He would shoot somebody before he allowed them to bully.
Absolutely.
But that's a reaction.
I'll go to prison first.
But that shouldn't skew your judgment.
I'll get fucked in the ass just so I can prove a point.
But remember,
Yeah, that's isolated. Thanks.
remember when you and your chick had that problem and you got annoyed at her for running her mouth? You both moved
Yes.
seats. You moved seats. You didn't stand up and say
Girl on girl.
No, but I'm saying
I couldn't do anything.
You also saw that the guys were going to be it was a whole fucking thing that was going to happen that wasn't necessary if you just moved. Like if you just because technically your girl was in the right because the other bitch was talking.
Yeah.
So it's almost
But
like
me and the guy had like this camaraderie going. We were like, because he was like, oh shit, she put her in battle mode, and I'm like, yeah. Now, we got to watch as our chicks duke it out. He didn't want any part of getting into a fight with me or my
course
girlfriend, but I couldn't help my girlfriend out, and this big Puerto Rican woman was going to fucking tear the shit out of my girlfriend. So that's why we got up and left.
Okay, because you saw that it was a
No-win
problem.
scenario.
No, but you saw it was a problem and it was able to be diffused. You didn't run away with your tail between your legs. You avoided fucking having a fist fight in a movie theater. You're 40.
Who was I punching?
Well, when the girls get into it, you had to pull the girl off your
would have
girl.
had to pull them apart.
Yeah, you would have had
it
to.
would have something would have gone
It
on.
would have
yes.
gotten ugly,
but
and you sensed that.
But it wasn't a guy. When it's a guy coming up to your girl, that's a fucking issue. This is a bully, a fucking they call us misogynistic. That's a woman hater who's there with his fucking submissive wife, who probably fucking walks on those wooden shoes.
I'm not disagreeing
They have
with
a
that.
paper house.
But you moved like you made the right move because technically you guys were in the right. That bitch was yapping, and your chick was kind of like that, like right thinking, "What the fuck?"
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but
let me jump in here because let me ask Jimmy this: would you ever, would you ever have to hit a guy that was getting in the face of your chick?
without a doubt, of course I would.
Yeah, because I mean, you're both sort of right. Like, I think every guy, sizes up the situation.
Yes.
I admitted that yesterday. I've told some crazy stories on the show, but like the dumb Frenchman underwater, I knew I could take the guy, especially in those rules. The guy that I slammed his leg
on Earth.
The guy where I slammed his leg with the cab door, I knew I could take him. But if it's some big, huge 6'4" black guy, kicking the
What
car.
does color have to come into this?
Well, kicking a car in.
Right, because they could beat up white people.
Kicking the BMW in Philly recently because these fucking bitches were wearing head to toe furs. I looked, I knew I could take care of this crap.
Right.
So do you size it up?
It's hard to say if violence is happening or if you're in protect mode like an animal. I don't think you can. I think you just react. Of course,
Right.
like he did when he jumped in front, like there's a problem, and then he saw.
Well,
as
you
a
confused a lot of people though. You made it feel like you would never really.
No. Whoever was confused by that,
I don't know.
I think
it came across like that.
No, not at
It's
all.
a feedback.
But
thing
it
that came
sounds
across
it
like
sounds
that.
like the only situation you would step in on is if some guy completely unprovoked came up and hassled your chick.
No, no, not at all. But I would also be very angry at my chick for not reading the situation
absolutely.
and fucking you have to diffuse the situation. It's almost like
She has a
how about
she has
this?
a job in this whole
you're
thing
on the
as well.
Subway. You're on the subway,
Right.
And we've all been on the subway. Now, if some maniac puts his hands on your woman, of course you're gonna fucking attack him.
Yeah,
Let's say some crazy motherfucker's on the subway and he's fucking jumping around. He looks at your girl and he goes, "You fucking ugly bitch," and then walks away. What are you gonna do? Go after him? You know he's a nut.
Well, he's crazy. He's not shopping at IKEA.
I understand the difference.
He probably smells like urine.
Point I'm making is you would size up that situation and immediately understand this is the right move to make. Doesn't mean you're being a faggot. The guy's got a problem, and you know he's got a
Yeah,
problem.
but that situation is a lot different than what
That's
Travis was in.
Okay, you're talking a true nut.
Right.
That's a guy with a problem, and he's not leaving thinking he got a fucking a good piece of you. He's walking away thinking he's on fucking Mars.
But who knows what this guy is thinking? And this only reason I'm saying that is because I don't care who agrees with me. Because the other guy that jumped in, the guy went right to him. It was like that's a guy who's looking for something. That wasn't a guy who went, "Oh shit!"
And he
there's
should have
two
gotten
men.
it.
There's two men.
And he
Honestly,
should have fucking gotten it.
I think he was a very insecure douche. If he really was going to do something, he would have punched.
He would have done something.
Travis, he would have pushed Lisa.
Of course.
He was a fucking pussy.
Kick him in the nuts and
would-
bite his cheek off.
And he won a
bite
battle.
his fucking cheek
He
off.
won a battle that he probably shouldn't have won. In my
maybe you're
opinion,
right. Maybe
this
you're
is
right.
just how I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially with the move where you put the keys in your hand and you got one poking out and stuff.
Hack.
That's
hack
shit.
movie shit.
All right. So what was the right move for Travis?
instantly take the motherfucker out. I don't want to sound like I'm fucking Mr. Macho and shit, because given the same situation, I don't know what I would have done. Any situation is different. You don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
But a guy like that has to be fucking brought down to his knees immediately. The second he starts getting in your chick's face and then turns to you, you instantly punch him in the fucking nose. Instantly fucking punch him in the nose. And he's out of the fucking situation. God, problem solved.
No, what Travis should have done, seriously, is he should have blown his rape whistle.
All right. You carry it with you.
It's true. I didn't think of it.
Nathaniel, what's your take on it? You're obviously a very good fighter.
He wants to fight.
Dan would challenge him to a Call of Duty 4 match and kick his ass.
I'm not talking about Than personally, who can really take care of himself. I'm like, you reading Travis in that situation, and like,
what should Travis have done? I'm having a rough one today, man.
I agree with you. I think violence is the last resort. And
all right, Sensei.
It's true, because too much, even if you say you punch the guy, you go for the nose, you hit his cheek,
nice,
and it glances off his face, and all you've done is really upset and started a fight with some psycho. You've gained nothing and lost, your
teeth.
All
right, do you go home?
Especially with, Travis's build.
Look, how about a punch and a kick to the balls at the same time and bite his throat? You got to fight so fucking dirty.
It's really...
You really got... I don't fight clean. No fucking way.
None of us have had a fight in 20 years. None of us have. None of us have, because you think on a daily, as much rage as you have.
Any fight I've ever had has been very dirty.
Well, 'cause you're a small
except
guy.
when Boomer Esiason broke my arm. and he was big.
Yeah, but then you just fucking took it out on the Jets a bunch of years later.
That was a fight I should have stayed out of.
Yeah, if I thought there was no way to get out of violence, I would fight. I would balls first. Those are just big targets hanging there.
Right.
Yeah. And then I would absolutely fight, but I think if you can get out of it without actually getting hit or punching somebody, it's better.
But I'm not talking about being
and that
a doormat
doesn't make
either.
you feel shitty when you leave the situation?
Yeah, but
I'm
an adult. You lose.
No.
You win, you lose.
Anthony, the only reason I'm disagreeing with you, the only reason is because of the way the situation started, which was with I love my girlfriend. Of course, I would defend her. Of course, I would defend her. Of course, I would step in and punch somebody if I had to. Of course. But I would be very angry at her for having that fucking delusion of safety, like that I don't have. You don't have that delusion of safety, so that would annoy me that she perpetuated this situation. As
I don't
much
necessarily think that she did that thinking that I was going to be there, because what she said, just unfucking believable, was nothing.
Yeah, unfucking believable is nothing.
I agree. It's nothing. The only time I was a little upset was when she said, Happy Chinese New Year, because that, as funny as it is.
Very funny, by the way.
Yeah.
Lisa, very funny.
I thought was really just going to send the
By the way,
situation
Lisa,
over
that
the top.
still bothers that guy.
Oh yeah.
That one, so you did get
because that was below the belt. It couldn't have just been two human beings. You had to bring race into it.
Absolutely.
Wonderful move, by the way.
We
Wonderful
got
move.
another Travis on the line from Iowa. Travis from Iowa, what's up?
Yeah, I think you both are right, but I think what Jimmy's trying to say is, what Lisa, I can't remember her name, would have said that if Travis wouldn't have been there. That's what Jimmy's trying to say.
No, I'm not. No, dude.
I would have.
I think she probably would have. No, dude. I think you're misinterpreting me a little bit. I don't think that Lisa was wanting Travis. When I say the veil of safety, I don't think she was using Travis as that. But I'm saying in the same sense that guy was shit-talking Kenny. Like, what are you doing in the real world? Like, this is not a film. This is a real situation, and you're not reading it right. That's what, of course, you have to defend your woman, of course you do. But that is what would drive me crazy. Like, when my girlfriend does shit, like, she's never argued with people, but she's very funny. And we're like, we're walking one time, and this guy walked up a little behind us, just, past to get into it. Oh! Like, she was scared, and I laughed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, don't fucking engage people in the fucking streets, stupid. It's really annoying because that's a weird situation, even though your motives aren't bad. Do not, I don't mean be a coward and fucking, I'm a dick. Like, if I have a fucking argument with a heckler, I, honest to God, will stand outside the door at the cellar. I don't want to fight the guy, but I'm not going to be cowed. Like, I'm not going to run upstairs. So I will literally stand outside the fucking clubs for like 5 minutes and say, well, if the guy wants to come out and say anything, I'm here. And that's only so I can go home at night and know that I didn't get heckled and run away.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a stupid thing, but I have the same fucking ego as every other man does.
I've spelt it out to my girlfriend, too. I've spelt it out. Don't fucking cause problems out on the street with anybody. Like, don't ever put me in a situation where I have to start swinging because of something you said.
Okay,
I've spelt it out.
Jump in, but I gotta get going.
All right,
all righty. Go.
Have a good day, boys.
Go start trouble somewhere else.
Goodbye, you Canadian racist.
Troublemaker.
Canadian racist. Canadian
And
racist.
I do love Lisa.
They're all working at that sweatshop, myradiostore.com.
Yep. I like her balls. I like the fact she has
Is it a
balls.
sweatshop? Oh, I don't know.
It's a
They're
big
a bunch of
warehouse.
drunks or what they are. Fucking work 2 hours and then it's happy hour the rest of the day. Jesus Christ, how does anything get done there with a guy named Ziggy running the joint?
Ziggy and his stupid marijuana.
Oh, enough. I've seen Ziggy laying on the floor in bars. Just in a bar under a pool table on the floor, and he's the boss.
By the way, I threw some marijuana away.
Did you?
By accident, though. Because I was still debating if I was going to start smoking again.
Nah,
and,
I can't get into that shit.
And I appreciate the fine gesture someone did for me, but it ended up in a I got a Christmas card, and I was hiding it from my designer and a cleaning woman, and it was in the bag that the Christmas card came in.
Oops.
And then I was cleaning up, and I might have thrown away some fine bud.
Threw in the bud.
So someone's going to be really pissed at me. Anyway, Mike DiStefano. Sorry, Mike.
Hey.
I'm very under the weather. So is Jimmy, but sounding better.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
I'm only. It's my
You're not as
congestion.
itchy?
No, that's all it is.
You got some stories on this? You've been listening for the last half hour.
I was
here?
outside fucking going, yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
was cheering for you, but then Jim's right, too. Everybody's kind of right, but you gotta, like what you're saying, that it's fucking so important. You can't leave somewhere feeling like you let
It'll
somebody
eat
abuse
away
you.
at you. I've been in that situation in the past. I've been in both sides of that situation where I've left a situation after talking things out and felt like a fucking idiot for doing it.
Yeah.
And just regretting not punching the guy in the face.
Yeah.
And then I've punched the guy and felt great about it.
Well, what you
and
do
gone,
is
good. The guy deserved it.
You work with levels, you know what I mean? If I bump into you, I say, I'm sorry, and you say, go fuck your mother. I don't hit you. I say, what's the matter? What are you, retarded?
Asshole.
You know,
Yeah,
and then
whatever.
you push it to a certain point, and then you escalate it, you know? But the women, listen, they fucking start shit. I'm not saying
Oh,
your
yeah,
girl
yeah.
did.
I will not deny that. We're
My
all on the
ex-
same page
My
there.
ex was like, if somebody would have hit her, I would have fucked them up, but I would have counted to 3 first. I would have gave him 3 seconds to fucking hit her because she deserved it. Like, you know, that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
I've looked at guys and go, I know, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I've apologized, like, to waiters because she was such a cunt to them. And you can see they want to fucking choke her. And you almost want to say, look, I'm only dating her a few months. Punch her once in the throat when I go to the bathroom. Something. Because you really get, you know, women could... Not every fight. I was arrested in Florida. Listen to it. Right before my honeymoon, right before my wedding. We lived in Florida. We got married in New York. Our wedding was in New York, and we bought these tickets on this cheap airline. I think it was Airbus or some shit. This is a long time ago. And we get to the airport, and this little fuck behind the counter is like just going really slow, and we're running late for our flight. Long story short, I start arguing with the guy. Like, can you hurry up? I'm the second in behind a woman. And he's just going. So I said, dude, we're going to be late for our flight. And he's like, just wait a minute, like with his hand. I said, dude, please help us out. My wife says to me, honey, don't push his buttons. They'll fuck up our luggage. Like, and I just imagined that he said it. I dove over the counter. You had to see me. I was holding the guy's neck. My wife's pulling my legs. The cops got arrested. I had to put my wedding off a week because I got arrested for that. So that wasn't a good thing to do. But sometimes, like Jimmy said, as comics, man, people, you know, because you want to battle them with your wits. And Jimmy, more than me, actually, can fuck somebody up mentally. I'm not as good. I get right to... They heckle Boo, and I go, hey, don't heckle me, man. That's not right. And then they say, well, you suck. And I say, how about if I kick you to death or something. You know what I mean? Like I go right to that, and then Jim will take like 20 minutes and rip them apart verbally.
Deconstruct somebody. They're left like psychologically traumatized.
Right. They go out in the parking lot and off themselves. They're like that. You know, but then you have guys that threaten you. I'm sure. Big fucking lunkheads, and you just gotta look at them. And dude, I know you're a little guy and all that, but you would have felt so much better if you would have like told that guy to go fuck his mother or something. And even if you get a beating, sometimes it's good. Because sometimes you need a little beating in life.
As long as you told him to fuck his mother. That's kind of what you remember.
Too. There's people.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
crazy.
It's not just
right.
a punch in the face, or like the consequences are you're going to have a black eye tomorrow. Because we all look at that like, yeah, I can take a black eye or even a fucking ass kicking. But it's not about that. It's not about, oh, he might sock me. It's about what if he pulls out something and slashes my face. Or it's like you have to think that way when you sense that somebody is a fucking problem. And I'm believing Travis when he says he senses the guy was a fucking problem. He's not saying, like a guy like Mike is a guy who's just a fucking an aggressive dude, but he's not an insane. Do you understand what I mean? Like a guy like Mike is going to punch you in the face, but you don't have to worry, like, is this guy have a pistol on him? I mean, you really have to think that shit in this world. It's fucking stupid not to.
I look like I have both going, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see you doing it, of course.
No, but yeah.
And if people disagree, by the way, put them through. I don't care.
Fuck that. You know, bullies, like you know, like you were saying, something about bullies, like, you got to be a real, like, punk to be a bully, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never, like, a guy, especially smaller guys, I never get aggressive with smaller guys. Like, you just feel like a piece of shit. But most people don't have, like, they're not guiding themselves through life based on their moral fucking fiber. They just do whatever the fuck they feel
That's what I can't fucking stand. When this guy pulls up and thinks he's entitled and somehow his time is more fucking important than mine, then that pisses me off to no end. And I won't listen to any argument over why he should be ahead of me or something. I'll see people walk up. You ever see the subtle walk up and try to cut right in front of you move? And people just stand there. They don't say anything. I go, excuse me, I've been standing on line. Oh, I just have these two things. Oh, well, when you get up to the counter, it'll be fast then. I go, watch how quick I am. And I'll get my shit, and I'll leave. 2 seconds, I'm done. Yeah. Everyone that's in front of me, 10 fucking minutes. They can't figure shit out.
This guy wasn't big, though. He was a small dude.
No, he was probably a little bigger than Anthony.
Yeah. So he wasn't like he was a big...
Well, that means he was a giant to you, Travis.
That's true.
But you know
everyone's
Travis
big
is
to
a
Travis.
boy.
A guy yelling like that, to me, does not constitute a bully. Because he's just a dick or a maniac. There's a difference between...
What about the sense of fucking entitlement that this asshole has?
I don't know enough about that system. Like, if you're pulling up and your stuff's ready and you have your car and someone is saving a spot, that would annoy me if someone was saving a spot. They don't have their car there and I'm just grabbing something. It's like, well, why would I wait for you to load a truck when I have my car here? Like, I don't know what the system at IKEA is, to be honest with you. Because I've also never bought it.
I'm sure it's stupid.
But it's almost like if he had his van and his stuff was ready, why are you saving a spot when, like, you have to go get your car?
I don't know. Maybe their shit was.
I don't know how that works.
Readier.
And people, everyone grows up in a different, like, environment, you know? My cousin's here today, my little cousin. We had a grandmother. Our grandmother would tell us if somebody makes fun of you, you hit them with something, like a bat or a pipe. This is my grandmother. I'm not kidding you. We were taught this as kids. So you grow up, and that's what you think. You see that. You see that happening. I'm like, for somebody that's like a tough guy, street guy, I'm very respectful of people because I'm afraid to, like, I don't know you. I'm nice to you until, like, if it gets down. But I don't know you. And I know guys that are smaller than him that have 40 or 50 bodies under their belt. Like, I grew up in that kind of environment. So, like, if you cut someone off in my neighborhood, you don't really give them the finger. Especially if it's a woman. It could be a wise guy's fucking sister or daughter. Like, I grew up like that, like being careful of what you say and what you do. And a lot of people don't have that. And Jim's point about that safety thing, like, we're in a bank and, they can't hit, he won't hit me here, but, so they could say, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. And then someone will just crack you. And you're like, oh, fuck, I read that one wrong.
And I don't mean letting people shit on you. I don't mean that. I mean, like, just starting an aggressive situation when you don't have to because you're not reading what the guy really is. I'm not talking about if a guy walks up and motherfucks your girl, you're supposed to go, well, he's a little kooky. I don't mean
well,
that.
I understand that. That's a given. That's 100%. You probably won't find any guy that if a guy comes up and starts motherfucking your girl, isn't going to step in and punch him in the face.
Right.
But then there are levels of motherfucking your girl, you know, where the guy still deserves a punch in the fucking face. And some people's level is higher than others. I don't like the idea of someone getting away with something, getting one over on me.
We gotta clear this up.
That annoys the piss out of me. Get a little older, he'll fucking eat at you.
We got to clear this up too. We don't hang out in tough neighborhoods.
No,
so it makes it a little easier. I gotta be honest with you to get
if you're
into
not dealing with that kind of stuff,
like Mike's neighborhood.
You know?
I'm a fucking Boy Scout. Trust me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
a Boy
Yeah,
Scout.
it really is, and it's not about like who I'm tough or anything.
But in some of these neighborhoods out there on Long Island,
I'll pop any fucking accountant or rabbi in my neighborhood.
You're the gangster.
Come on, bring him on.
Last night, I told I say it at the cellar. We were Frank Smiley came out to watch me, and I invited him to go to Rayo's for dinner. You know, and he's like, "You could go to Rayo's." I go, "Yeah, I go. You know, I can go to Rayo's."
When are we getting the big invite?
Whenever you want. It's a restaurant up in Harlem.
It's a tough place to get into, Jim.
Well, yeah, it's like you got to know somebody.
Wise guys and stuff like that.
But Opie, I grew up.
There was a little shooting there.
I grew up.
Last
My
year,
family, like I grew up. My uncle got friends there. Whatever. That don't mean nothing about who I am. It's just it's cool to be able to go there and eat. But so I invited Frank Smiley, a guy from Conan, and he started like, "Whoa, I don't want to not put you on the show," and he's like doing that whole Sopranos thing, and it became a little annoying, like treating me like. You know, like, oh, you're Italian. It was this weird fucking thing.
Are you going to be on the show?
Yeah, Friday.
We're
Conan for you.
Yeah,
oh, nice, different. Good fucking
that's
nice.
why Mikey's in.
That's
Conan on Friday?
But I said I was in just to hang out.
Beautiful.
So.
Not really.
Oh, really?
You were in recently.
Beautiful.
We like to spread these things out.
Spread it out?
No.
All right.
Conan Friday night. Mike's a funny comic, man.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
man.
He's been killing on our show. Not the first appearance. You were shy, but
because I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, the last two you've been great though.
It was fun.
Conan Friday, right?
Yeah, Conan Friday night. 12.
Make sure we get that out there. We have to take a break. So are we going to agree to disagree? Or are we going to?
I don't even think we disagree that much, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
we're
you.
very close on this, but it's just the level of intensity that and how we would react to it.
Everybody's saying the right thing.
Everyone has their line.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna make that decision when the time comes. You know, I'm more like Anthony. I lean more towards him, where I almost, and it sounds fucking nuts, but I almost, it's like at that moment I'd rather die than walk away feeling like a pussy.
Because there's
and I
no
know
worse
that sounds
feeling.
nuts, but
no worse feeling.
And you
All
embrace that, and you just
very good. We're gonna take a break. Listen, Jen Rose from South Carolina. I got to call her out. She's on Instant Feedback. And this will help the other Instant Feedbackers out there because we're a very interactive radio show. When you write, I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, but Craig Ferguson's show last night was fucking hilarious. Get some clips if you can. Love the show.
What?
Why would we ever just search out Craig Ferguson
Well, let's
clips?
see what it's about. Maybe it's very fun.
No,
Maybe it was
but
bad.
The point I'm making, and this could help other Instant Feedbackers, you got to give me a little more detail, Jen Rose. What was funny about it? What clip was funny about it?
See?
We're in the middle of a radio show. You want us to go watch his show for an hour to see what we can play on the air? Help us out here. And over
We'll
and
just
over
watch it on the air. Not
Dude,
like we haven't.
for the
done
last
that.
exactly. But for the last 2 hours, every 20th feedback is Jen Rose with the same fucking Instant Feedback. You're not helping us. Speaking of which, the guys went back to work last night. We got their monologues. We don't have. We focused on Letterman.
We don't have Turd Ferguson. But wait a minute, it's Craig.
Yeah, we have Letterman and Leno though. We'll play a couple.
Where did
there.
that one come from? Turd Ferguson.
That's
it's SNL bit.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, and we got more with Mike.
Mike.
It's going to be on Conan on Friday.
Who you on with, dude? Do you know?
No, I don't know. It's like a big secret. They're not telling you.
Right. Probably a politician.
I think they don't want to promote who's going to be the guest because then that guest will get all kinds of hate mail.
Yeah.
Because fucking the producer was telling me he got tons of mail from writers like you're a scumbag and all this shit. Like
well-written scumbag.
Yeah, well-written
It's
stuff.
like all well-written. You, sir.
Yeah.
You.
I find you as a scumbag. Yeah, everything perfectly punctuated.
Yeah. But, anyone see Conan last night? Have you watched it at all? Is it any good? No,
I don't watch it.
Nobody?
No.
You don't watch it?
We just saw
Me
the
neither.
quick clips that for some reason they've all grown
He's-
big beards and
Conan, for some
I don't know
reason,
why.
has decided to not acknowledge that we exist, so we don't really pay attention to what he does.
You, the radio guy? You guys? Really?
Yeah, he's a funny guy and all. I'll always give him that, but
Leno and Letterman have. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
that's
know.
very nice.
Yeah.
Conan won't
And
use me
I'm a
either.
fan of Conan.
and Conan won't use you either, Jimmy.
Well, Frank won't. But again, that's whatever. He's just
Frank.
the guy who books the show. But you guys don't change.
Yeah, what
That's
is
fine.
that about?
Yeah.
No big deal. It is what it is.
I'm going to be back Monday to talk bad about them.
No, I'm not gonna bet about it.
No, I'm going to come back.
Jimmy
I
Norton
just have
does
to
not
through
get
this.
that talk show.
Anybody that
We'll make
fucks
him a
with you
big
guys
star.
fucks with me until Friday. Let me do my set first
Yeah,
on
you'd
there.
be great, man. It's a good show. to
Thanks.
do.
Yeah, it's just, it's their first ones that offered me, so hey.
All right.
I'm
it's
happy.
Opie and Anthony.
Very few people can be totally ruthless. It isn't easy. It takes more strength than you might believe.
We shall strive to be worthy of your sense of grandeur.
The Opie and Anthony virus. Get infected.
Check.
There we go.
All right. We got to bring it to the table. Anthony is going back up to Mohegan Sun.
Yes.
You were sort of explaining it to Mike during the break, but this is a fine ongoing story. Anthony has taken them for a lot of dough.
You might remember a while back, I had a good, let's just say, I had a very good night over there. Good weekend, actually.
Oh, that's right. We don't mention the total anymore.
Nah, it was a very good evening.
And Mike understands. See?
Yeah,
That
are you ahead, you think, in the whole scheme of things?
Yeah.
In life?
A little bit.
Lifelong gambler?
I could be.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, that's
I
rare,
could
too,
be.
you know?
It is very
It's
rare.
very rare. Do you gamble? You gamble?
Just a little three,
Little bit?
little 3 card. I don't have the bug like Ant.
Yeah, I think once, it's
I don't have the bug.
Yeah, it's like it's like a drug. It's like a it could be, but, some people.
I find it extremely fun.
Right.
It's exciting.
That's right.
It's angering sometimes, and it's great. It's just that's one of those things.
Yeah, you seem to need things to rile you up. You're not riled up enough.
Yeah. Ha, believe me, I'm riled enough.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So let's just put it this way. Anthony did well enough.
Yeah.
We could say that, right?
Oh, yeah.
That they invite him back.
The fine people at Mohegan Sun have invited me back, but not only me.
Why would they invite you back?
I don't know.
You must have been funny.
But but I think I should bring some money with me. They might want me to play at the tables a little more.
And Anthony doesn't have to worry about how he's getting there.
No, that drive sometimes
could be
is
a real
little
problem.
Long. Sometimes
that drive up I-95 could be a real problem.
Sometimes,
especially on the weekend.
But they have offered me the services of their private jet.
Wow.
Yeah, which I will be taking from wonderful Republic Airport, right near my house, close enough.
A mere
to my house.
20-minute ride?
It's probably 10.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
in the air.
Oh no, I mean from my house to the airport.
Oh.
in my Shelby, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's probably like a half-hour flight up there instead of trudging up 95 and then all that happy horse shit. But also taking Keith the cop and his wife, and Mom and Sal are going. Christmas shoes route. He called me the other day. I'm so excited about the trip. It's like a child, Sal. He's turned into a child. We're going on an airplane, Ro. He's all happy and excited. My mother's just like, oh, Sal, stop.
You didn't tell Mike where he was from.
Baltimore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, that's who's Sal? That's your mom's?
Sal's, my stepdad.
Yeah, I met him. I think he was at the show a couple of years ago. That guy, Joe Curry, your buddy.
Yeah, my buddy
was doing
Joe
the show,
Curry.
and you and your whole family were there, your mom and all that. That was
Mike,
fun.
Yeah, just to add a little bit, Sal threatened our lives once.
Really?
Well,
live on the show. Yeah.
Well, I don't know
what
if it was a threat.
I took it as a threat.
Did he say he was going to kill you?
Basically.
And
I knew he
yeah.
meant it.
Okay, when you tell somebody you're going to kill them and they go, what do you mean?
No.
Is that a threat?
What do you
no,
mean?
No, I'm just
Without
fucking
going
talking.
into details, we knew that he meant business.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do to piss them off?
He's a softy now.
He is a softy. He likes
Sounds
Christmas
a
shoes, and
softy.
we'll just move on.
He
But-
listens to the song Christmas Shoes and cries.
Yeah.
Bro,
But he's
then
going.
the kid gets the shoes for his mom to see Jesus.
He's going on the big casino trip.
Yep. He's going to be going.
What else are they giving you to come back?
Oh, man. 3 big suites.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
I bet they can introduce you to Ozzy.
a lot. Yes, Ozzy's going to be there that weekend.
That makes me very jealous.
And a lot of dinners at their fine restaurants they have there. I like Mohegan.
Yeah.
Good place.
It would be fun if you didn't gamble 1 nickel the whole
I'll
trip.
just, yeah.
Somehow. If you
Hey,
could
the
pull
food
that
here
off.
is great. Hey, you take it easy. When's the plane leave?
Don't tip anyone.
The plane's broken.
Yeah.
Drive yourself.
That's right.
We all like Mohegan Sun, even though they don't like us too much.
Well,
something about family values and
something
radio
happened.
show, not,
oh, Christ. People still busting your balls?
We did the road show there.
God.
Or the virus tour there.
and we had a great time. And
But I think there were too many boobies in the audience.
There's a lot of things that they.
They said, look, we have morals, and we would like this to be a family establishment.
Yes.
As we are taking your child's tuition money.
Yeah, that's right. And the fucking rent money.
Everyone has a chance.
Hypocrites.
It's you got to be in it to win it or something.
Now, can I ask what happened this morning? When
What
you,
happened?
When you got something about dumping out a bit? Is that?
Oh yeah, it was one of the election.
Yeah, I heard the
Oh, because
it was hysterical.
The word
masturbation was in there.
masturbation or masturbator or something like
Right.
that, and
Attaching electrodes to genitals.
and
Yeah,
genitals.
attaching electrodes to genitals, which was
Yes.
describing a study that this guy was supposedly
Right.
financing.
Right.
It was an actual spot that
Right.
ran on
and
television.
You didn't comment on it. You guys
No.
didn't make any extra shit. I heard
No.
all of that, but I guess they
To
dumped
Tom's
it out.
credit, Tom Chiasano's credit, he said it shouldn't have been dumped out of. But
Third
you know,
dump in a row. That
But he
shouldn't
says that
have
a
that
lot.
shouldn't have been done. I know.
Says that a lot. So
You know,
I'm
ex
starting to
post
wonder-
facto, it's a little like
I'm
it
starting to wonder
doesn't
if
really
that's-
matter.
I'm starting to wonder if that's just his defense. I
You
don't
guys
know.
should just do one last thing and just go out with a bang.
I'm sure we
We're
will.
Like have
working on
somebody
it.
go out and I don't know,
Do you
kill
think
someone on
Do you
a
think we
subway.
have to plan that? It just happens.
gonna happen, yeah.
It just takes a few
God
years, and
almighty.
it happens.
Don't you guys have fuck you money yet?
No.
Nah, I got.
I
like,
have fuck you money.
I have-
How could you not?
I have go shit in your hat money.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have fuck you money to the creditors.
Yeah. I have $900 in the bank. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Mike's going to be on Conan Friday. Let's remember that.
Yes.
You want to hear what Leno and Letterman sounded
I sure
like?
do.
Yeah, they're back.
Good for Jay. He worked the crowd, I heard.
Yeah, he did a
Oh
little
yeah.
crowd work.
Now Jay doesn't have writers.
He writes his own
Who's
shit.
your
writes his
favorite guy,
own.
Jay or Letterman? Who do you like better?
Letterman
Jay?
has his
I like
writers.
Letterman.
But you
Yeah.
like Letterman?
Leno.
Yeah, Jimmy loves Leno. We all love Leno. What
Yeah,
am I
Leno's
saying?
great. I mean, you know, you can't.
We were
not
lucky
love him.
enough to meet him, and he was great to us. He
Yeah.
was really cool.
No, he stays back to his
And Dave, you meet when you sit down.
You did the show, right? You did Letterman. You guys.
We were lucky to do both, and they go about it a little differently.
Yeah.
Leno comes to your dressing room. He's unshaven. It looks like he doesn't even want to be there.
Talks to you about his cars
He's
and
talking
shit.
about cars
Really
and
cool.
everything, but your appearance that's about to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And Letterman, they tell you he doesn't meet people.
He doesn't make eye contact with you guys.
You see him when he's going, our next guests are, you're like, oh, okay, this is the
Yeah.
guy.
I found that my first 3 Lenos.
Oh,
Can a man not share experience?
No, couldn't be prouder, Jimmy.
For Jim Norton to
Yeah.
fucking squeeze his act into a television show is just
I
a
know.
brilliant
It's
fucking
funny though, right?
accomplishment.
And
it really
it's
is.
hysterical.
And it comes off awesome. It's
I
not, it's
know.
amazing.
Yeah.
And you see his filth live, and you
Yeah.
wonder how he did it.
Like instead of, I say cuddle monster instead of cunt. But everybody knows what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you want to hear first, Letterman or Leno?
All right, now Letterman has his writers.
All right, let's start with
Leno
Letterman. Then.
doesn't.
Let's go Letterman.
We'll go to Letterman.
Here he goes.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, geez, Dave looks like a cattle drive cook.
Beard joke. Funny.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, 2 long months, but by God, I'm finally out of rehab.
That's funny.
That is good.
Obviously very excited to be back. Yeah, and he's got that really big beard.
Don't look too bad. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Look,
it's
He looks awful. Looks like Trapper
That's what I
John.
meant. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant.
I ought to tell you something. We haven't done a show in 2 months. And seriously, during that period of time, I was very introspective. Do you ever do that? Do you introspect? Here's what I learned about myself. Show or no show, I really enjoy drinking in the morning. I know what you're thinking to yourself. You're thinking, Dave looks like a missing hiker.
He's making a lot of beard jokes. Yeah. A lot of hairy face jokes.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching The Late Show, the only show on the air now that has jokes written by union writers. Let me just bring you up to date. There's a writer's strike going on, the Writers Guild of America, and we were out because of the strike for 2 months. And I know you're thinking to yourselves at home right now, this crap is written? Yes. But here's the deal. Because of the strike, now get ready for this, many of the award shows may be canceled this season. Yep. So something good has come all of this.
It's great if they can't do the Oscars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fucking wonderful would that be?
That's nice.
Fucking pompous assholes.
They should just make them go out there and do their thing.
Wing
right?
it.
Yeah. Wing it. How cool would that be?
I love when fucking the Oscars they had. What's his name? Sean Connery talking about the movies and the mystery of the movies. It's like, just shut up and hit your wife. That's what you do. Have a belt of booze and sock that mouthy cunt right in the jaw. Fucking try to be poetic with me, you fucking Scottish brute.
Oh, they all try that shit.
Scottish
brute. Yeah. They should force all those guys to go out on that stage without any writing.
Yeah.
And then they'll appreciate the comedians.
That's right.
And then Letterman, one more taste of Letterman here, then we'll move on to Leno.
Don't kid yourselves. The strike is actually getting ugly. Earlier today over at ABC, the writers tipped over Regis. Yes. Actually tipped him over. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my good friend.
Oh, hey, Dave. When are the writers coming back?
Well, they're back, Biff.
Oh, sorry.
That's nice. Like when the colored guy says something funny. Who was that? The colored guy that works on the side.
I don't know, Biff.
Yeah.
Wonder how many of those were written by our friends, Eric and Justin.
I'm happy they're back at work.
Yep.
Great guys, man.
They can get us another Christmas gift.
Yeah, where was our Christmas gift this
Exactly,
year?
guys.
What happened?
All of a sudden the rent doesn't get paid, we don't get iPods.
You know something? They were probably a little strapped this Christmas season.
Yeah, well, how
so
they
they
want
thought about
They
us.
didn't want anyone to know that they sent us iPods, Jimmy. Way to
That's
go.
right. They gave us Dave's home number.
Yeah.
They said, we dare you to call him 3 in the morning.
All right, and we move on to Leno.
Yes.
This is how Leno sounded last night, first day back. No writers, by the way, just Leno. He must have had some
It'd be
fun.
so funny if his jokes are really awful.
Oh, real hack.
Yeah.
What do you think he did? Do you think he called some people like, let me try this out on you?
Jerry.
Sure.
I think his buddy Jerry Seinfeld.
Maybe Jerry.
He's constantly writing and performing, though,
Yeah,
isn't
I
he?
know.
Still,
Sure
yeah.
is.
He loves
He's right.
stand-up.
He's a fucking brilliant stand-up.
Yeah.
Folks, let's get right to it. A Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim walk into a bar.
That's funny.
The Jew says to the Muslim, see, I have no idea what they say because there's a writer's strike. We don't know what they say.
That's good.
I like the fact that he opened up with a Jew and a Muslim.
Right.
Of course Leno does that.
As you know, we are in the middle of this writer's strike here in Hollywood, and it's already cost the town over $500 million. $500 million, or as Paul McCartney calls that, a divorce. But that's what it has cost.
Okay.
And of course, this strike especially hard here on NBC. Do you realize there are actually more people picketing NBC now than watching NBC right now? Now it looks like this writer's strike will affect Hollywood's award season. If you're not familiar with the award season in Hollywood, it runs from January 1st until December 31st every year. fact, you know this? I didn't know this. You know the Golden Globes is the largest gathering of stars anywhere outside the Promises Rehab Clinic in Malibu. Did you know that?
Didn't know that, Jay.
It's fun right now.
I don't like the fun.
A lot of cymbal crashes there. A lot of. I think
you know what I'm doing. I'm doing what I did.
I'm just saying. I think Jay probably has some people that punch up his jokes. Sure. Like he comes up with the idea, and they punch him up a little bit.
You know what I'm doing? I'm doing what I did the day I started. All right. I write jokes and I wake my wife up in the middle and I go, "Honey, is this funny?" So if this monologue doesn't work, it's my wife's fault, okay? Because she said the joke was funny. And that's what, we're not using outside guys. We're following the guild thing. We can write for ourselves. We just can't do what CBS. See, Dave was able to get a deal because Dave has his own company. I don't blame him for getting a deal. God bless him. But see, we have to go by ourselves up against the CBS machine. One man against a monolith. Exactly.
Good for him addressing it, though.
Are people pissed off at Leno?
No, how can they be?
I don't know.
I don't think they can because Leno is so supportive of the writers. But the reality is Dave's on. He has to go on. He can't not go on because it's out of Jay's control. I mean, it's like, he just can do it this way. And he waited until his hand was forced, and they're all going back.
Do the writers look at it like it hurts their cause, though?
I don't know, man. It's like I think they have mixed feelings. Like, these guys went back to work. It's a big message to NBC and to the other ones. That, hey, look, some people are now going to have our services, but a lot of the writers are going to be left out in the cold because they happen to work for NBC or they happen to work for ABC. It's a real, I don't know, man. I also don't have the answer for that. Louis C.K. would be great to ask because he fucking knows all this stuff.
Is he around?
Where's, as I call him, Louis the Queer. Fucking redheaded nothing.
Another reason we had to come back was, a lot of people get their news from the monologue. Because we cover a lot of the stories the mainstream media will not cover. For example, did you know this? 3 weeks ago, Idaho Senator Larry Craig married Britney Spears. Did you know that? You see that? See, no one knew. This is the only place you will find that out. Other news stories that happened while we're off. New Jersey has banned the death penalty. Death penalty now illegal in New Jersey. Now, Hank, I don't want to confuse anybody. If you kill a guy in New York, you can still dump the body in New Jersey. You just can't kill the guy.
All right, getting big laughs.
They say Al-Qaeda now trying to recruit women. This kind of makes you wonder, what does Al-Qaeda promise women to become terrorists? Like men get to 72 virgins, right? What do women get? 50 guys that help out around the house, clean up, cut the lawn, fix the plumbing, You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. And
it's good stuff. We're not going to laugh out loud, though.
Making fun of Islam.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
President Bush said again this week, the Iraqis are slowly taking back their country, to which Exxon and Shell said, we will fight them tooth and nail.
There you go.
Tomorrow, of course, the Iowa caucus. Iowa caucus tomorrow. As you may know, caucus is a Greek word, which means the only day anyone pays any attention to Iowa. I believe that's a Greek word. That's what it means. Yeah.
And the audience is helping him out.
Yeah, they're good. Iowa, also known as the tall corn state.
Oh yeah.
See, that's why Dennis Kucinich had trouble being seen there. The people, Dennis, you see if the tall. And it is freezing in Iowa. It's like 20 degrees in Iowa, something like that. In fact, it is so cold, Hillary Clinton can actually see Barack Obama's breath breathing down her neck. That's how.
It just sounds like there's like a weird confidence thing there with Jay.
It's probably odd that, you know.
No, and because it sounds like maybe he doesn't feel comfortable that he is coming back and that he feels like, shit, I have to do this, but I don't feel good about this.
Plus,
there's something there.
His whole routine is probably off, too, because he probably has schedules with the writers and the confidence in the material, because he's probably bouncing it off them and they're reviewing it together, and now all of a sudden he's by himself. It's like, that's probably a weird thing. Yeah. Like, imagine if you had to go on the air by yourself. What the fuck it's like a weird... You're so used to having your guys.
Like I'm listening like you guys. The jokes are good, like you said, and he's getting big laughs, but there's something weird there.
Something a little weird, right?
And
yeah.
I wonder if he just doesn't feel good that he has to do this.
Maybe.
Did you hear that, Jimmy, or not?
No, I didn't hear that he regretted being back on. All
No, I don't know what it is, or there's like a conference thing. There's something that's just going on.
Yeah, there is a
like
weird
he feels
energy.
a little. I don't know. Louis, what's up?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi, Louie.
Hi, Louie.
Hello.
Oh. We were talking about. We raised your name because you kind of know a lot about the writers' strike, and Letterman going back on. Is that like good for the writers or bad that the union made that deal?
I don't know. It's a little confusing to me because it seems to me like a strike is just you strike everybody. But I guess the idea that they think is that if he's really strong because he's got writers, then the other shows will have more pressure on them to compete by getting their writers back.
Oh.
I guess that's the notion. I didn't see this. I know it's kind of. I guess I don't feel like it's that easy to push around companies like General Electric. You know, if it was like trying to pit the Comedy Cellar against the Comedy Village on Bleecker Street, that's one thing. But
yeah, it's true. That is true, man. It does seem like it's a weird solidarity breaking away.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's those writers are back to work now. I mean, we all voted to strike, and we didn't really vote on going back to work for one show. But I don't know. I mean, I get from the Writers Guild, I get great health benefits and pretty decent residual checks. So I kind of just go, all right, go along with it. I don't know all of the details of it, but it's. Yeah, I don't know how did you guys watch the shows? Because I don't know.
I'm seeing Louis not really agreeing with this whole thing.
What?
With the whole thing with the writers going back.
Yeah,
for one show like that.
But it might be good only because it's so weird.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Anthony.
Yeah.
You don't think it's a good idea?
No, I'm like seeing that you don't really think it's a good idea. It's like there's a solidarity thing, and we didn't vote on the one show going back. But hey, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I know.
Louis just riding both sides of the fence here.
I really have a hard time being perfectly honest because it's my union.
Yeah.
And,
basically, Louis is like, why did you call me? You obviously don't like me.
Yeah.
Why are you putting me in this position?
No, listen, I don't care. I really honestly kind of don't. I mean, I think things like strikes are always annoying because all of a sudden you have to pretend that everybody that works in any company is a piece of shit and that every writer is awesome. That's the part that starts to get painful to listen to.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if when this strike is over, there'll just be a backlog of some of the most brilliantly written programs because the writers will have had so much time to just sit back and write just amazing stuff.
We talked to the Letterman guys. They're like, we're not allowed to pick up a pen.
If you're at home,
well, true,
and you get an idea, you're going to write.
You're jotting it down.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure that you'll see 2.5 Men turn into the greatest thing in American history.
Well, isn't it already? Stop.
Because the guy had 4 months off, and now he's just going to start kicking ass. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is that what the industry that's being shaken here, it really kind of stinks. Anyway, the TV sucks. Hold on a second. What happened?
To get down from my bed.
Oh, so then it got ruined, your picture? Wait a minute, I can fix it, you guys. It's not that big a deal. Look, all you got to do is move them over.
This is better than Leno.
Mary, you can't touch this. All I'll say about the thing with Letterman is that he really better kick Leno's ass in the ratings.
Oh, with the writers, yeah. If it happens the other way around.
If it gets the other way around, it's going to be like, oh, that's weird. Maybe writers don't matter.
Yeah, that'll look really bad.
Yeah. So who knows?
Who do you think's eating their balls the most in this strike? Like, who's the one really getting the shittiest end of the stick? Don't say the viewers.
No, not the viewers. They can watch repeats or DVDs.
Exactly.
Who's getting the shit end of the strike? I would say that the people that work in television who aren't writers.
Yeah.
I think they call them below the line as if you don't want to hurt their feelings any more than paying them less. They actually call them below line.
Below line. That's a wonderful little title.
Yeah, Yeah, and those guys don't get residuals. Those like my money's a little tight this year because I can't do a TV project. But right before Christmas, I got a Lucky Louie residual check, and it saved Christmas.
Wow, that must be nice.
And so and again, and I go, if I go to buy a codeine cough syrup with my insurance card, I pay 8 cents. Without it, I pay $150. Literally, that's the difference.
Wow.
So I'm doing great. But the guy who runs the camera or the boom operator on Lucky Louie, he's the day he stops working is the day he stops having money.
Jim Norton.
I would say if there's two more self-centered, the most self-centered, selfish people in television are the two people involved here. It's the moguls that own the companies and writers. They're both groups of people that are very, that really believe that everything's about them.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is that the most people that work in the industry are just these guys who just have regular jobs, and they're not working now.
They're not even talking. I mean, there doesn't seem to be even a light at the end of the tunnel on this one. The issues are so abstract, and there's so many of them, and they're not even talking about it. So
no, I mean the thing that the thing the writers are trying to get is securing some sort of rights to money on the internet.
But that's abstract even for companies that are firmly entrenched in the internet. Still, how much they're making, the overhead.
Nobody makes money on the internet. So
right.
It's I think it's hard for them to consider giving the writers that. But on the other hand, the companies are pretending. I mean, the companies are just saying, we'll never give you any money on the internet ever.
Right.
So they're like, the writers are saying, we know there's millions of dollars there and we want half of it. And the companies are saying, we'll never give you anything because you still only get money from kerosene lamp shadows. That's all we're giving you.
So you don't even you don't see an end to this anytime soon, obviously.
Well, there'll be an end. It may be ugly. It may not be that there's TV again. I don't know.
No TV. TV's done.
There'll be some kind of end, but it is hard to go on strike when some of the most huge shows have no writers involved.
Reality programming.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with that shit.
Yeah.
And in the face of it, to say, see how you like your TV without fucking old Christine. See how long you guys last?
Isn't like a...
You really want to watch old ugly Bettys instead of fresh ones? Let's see how long you get on that shit, America.
But now, American Idol, don't they use writers for...
Well, there are people that are doing what's essentially writing, but they haven't been unionized. So because everything that happens in a reality show is scripted and edited by writers. Writers edit television. Besides, they cast the shows, they edit them. So yeah, those people, and part of what the union's trying to do is make those people unionized.
Right.
And that's also kind of far-fetched. I agree with everything the writers are trying to get, but I guess I don't have much hope that we can force. The only thing you can do to force companies to do anything is just stop working completely and just starve the industry out. So I'm not sure what this Letterman in between thing is. I'm not sure.
Do you think people give a shit that much where there'll be some kind of a public outrage or outcry that'll make the company give in to the writers? Because as I see it, like you said, there's box sets, there's reruns, there's movies, there's a shitload of things that I think will go on a lot longer than the writers' money or patience in this.
And here's the thing. This is very different from other strikes. This is not like a populist labor strike.
Mm-hmm.
This is a negotiation between two people with lots of money.
I'll go on forever.
Yeah.
This isn't like, oh, Kitty, that's amazing. My daughter drew a dog, and it's very good. It's really good.
Daddy Louie.
That's really good. If you like bad drawings.
You're despicable. I love it.
I know. No, here's the thing. This is not like guys with no gloves on their fingers over a can that's on fire.
Yeah.
You know, going like, let's stick together, brotherhood. This is we want more money, and other unions stick together to protect the weak in their unions. Writers' Union is very different. This is a group of people that do something that other people can't do, which is remarkably right. 90% horrible television, 10% okay. 1% good, 0.0001% excellent. That's what we can do that no one else can even be trained to do.
Yeah.
Well,
God
you have
damn.
to ignore her, Kitty. But so we have leverage because we do something they can't. That's all it is. And we're trying to use it to get more money. Whether we do or not, I don't think it really interests the general public. Why would it?
I'm interested in the fact that you're not allowed to write, so you babysit.
Well, I take care of my kids, and I go on the road and do stand-up. I'm very lucky that I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And I can do that. But it's like a long snow day. I love it. I love that I have an excuse not to work.
How was your New Year's Eve show, Lou?
In Raleigh, North Carolina?
Yeah.
It was the greatest night of my entire life. Spending New Year's Eve in a comedy club in Raleigh.
Good boy.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Shit. Well,
that I wasn't with, I wasn't kissing a woman that I know.
All right, Lou, let's start with the fresh talk.
Yeah, getting fresh. Right there, Louie.
All right, Louie.
Well, hang in. What does everybody say? Hang in there.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fuck
If you
yeah,
got a gig
whatever.
today, hey, Lou, break a spine.
Right? We're all better off than a lot of people. I don't know. It's most people have flies on their face and
Distended bellies.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure they're assholes too. I don't think there's anything great about those people.
Yeah, right.
The thing is, the martyrdom of groups like this. It's like after September 11th, we all had to pretend that there was not a single asshole in either building.
Right.
Which is just not true.
Exactly. Law averages. Please.
Yeah. So the writers, I hope we get. I'm in the group, so I really hope we get what we're asking for, and I support everything that they do because they're my union, and I don't vote in my union. I don't pay attention. I don't know how we got these awesome benefits, but we have them. So I tend to go along. But I don't think that some guy wearing a hard hat should be like, those writers, God bless them. I hope they get their third-tier residuals on the second quarter of each sale. They're doing it for all of us.
Yeah.
For all of us. Where would America be without fucking, CSI, whatever? I don't even know. I don't watch this shit. But somebody does. So
Yeah, apparently.
give us some money.
Well, thank you,
Louie.
All right, guys.
Take care of those kids.
Take it easy.
Take care of those little angels.
Sacramento this weekend at the Punchline if anybody gives a shit.
Okay.
Sacramento Punchline. Louis C.K.
See ya.
All right,
Later, man.
Yep. And Mike's going to be
Louis
on Conan
great.
on Friday.
I'm on
Yes,
call.
he is.
And we're doing Line of the Day right now, brought to you by BowDogFantasy.net. Play Bowdog Fantasy's NFL Playoff Pick'em game for free and win a trip to Vegas, courtesy of BowDogFantasy.net. Right to the runner-up Line of the Day. Here we go.
Spend an hour in this chair, alone in this room, and you'll feel sick, afraid, ashamed. That's just what the doctors want.
Opie and Anthony show. A guest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another runner-up Line of the Day.
See Lily in a hat. I just want to see her being boiled alive by natives.
A little Lily joke. That's funny.
That's right. Just kidding, Lil.
When are they back? Monday?
Oh no, they're lazy. The whole show's lazy. They've been off since
Yeah,
fucking
Monday.
Since fucking June.
And we're going to get that biggest
Be
game.
nice.
We're going to get the biggest gainer contest started next week.
Fucking lounging around doing nothing.
Must be nice.
Here's the final runner-up line of the
Davis
day.
putting his head in a fucking bowl of carrots to see if they can pick out which one is his head. Fucking redheaded creep. Looks like Louis C.K. with AIDS. Fucking makes me sick. And again, so does Louis. Give me those ribs, you.
Another runner-up line of the day.
Son was molested by his uncle and went on to molest his girlfriend's grandchildren.
The circle of life.
There it is.
The circle of life. There you go. And finally, thanks to BowDogFantasy.net, here is your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day. I'm talking about like what he saw, which
There's
and I believe
something
that
in
he
his
saw.
eyes.
There's something in the eyes which is just beyond it. Like you fucking.
You
like
saw
that,
the eyes?
Gregorio!
Ooh, Lesion joke makes it.
Very nice. All right.
Well, I had fun. Don't forget Mike DiStefano tomorrow night.
Yes.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
At 12:30.
Yeah.
On channel NBC.
The bearded Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
Yes, they're all sporting beards.
Is he too, Conan?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Big one.
Right.
I don't know why.
Look at that.
Yeah, what
What is going on with the beards?
They're all trying this beard thing.
it's gotta
just
be
a little
so-
weird. It's a little odd.
Yeah.
He looks
Conan
like
dyed his hair.
the devil.
I know, he really does.
He has the Satan look to him.
I'm not
with
going on that
beard.
show. I'm calling him tomorrow. I'm not going.
And tell me his hair like fucking Eric Nagel. He'll know what you mean. Fucking,
He'll know what you
yeah,
mean.
it's half accident victim, half pompadour.
Ron and Fez will be live Monday, but they got some fine repeats starting at noon today.
Yes, check them out.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Later.
You know that I am called the Count because I really love to. Sometimes I sit and all day, but sometimes I get carried away. I slowly getting faster. Once I start in it's very hard to stop. Hey, faster, it is so exciting. I could forever until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love whatever the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the song of the Count. I the spiders on the wall. I the cobwebs in the hall. I the candles on the shelf. When I'm alone, I myself. I slowly getting faster. Once I start it's very hard to stop. Faster, it is so exciting. I could forever until I drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I love whatever the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the song. The Count. Hey.
Well, we got some audio from the Tonight Show appearance.
Opie and Anthony.
It's great.
They're like the hottest guys on radio.
Wow, that's really nice.
Opie and Anthony show on XM Satellite Radio.
It starts with an O&A plug before headlines.
Opie and Anthony show on XM Radio.
Very nice.
Tested. Leno approved.
They plugged us like 3 times last night on the show.
The Opie and Anthony show.
The hottest show there is.